Your specialty, mate, but would you say it's a good crowd?
This is a fantastic crowd. There's not many spaces along the far side, so hopefully once the sun goes down they'll get a good view. They're looking right into the sun at the moment. As I look back to you guys, that hill and grandstand area is as close as to full as I've seen it since I've been here.
Give us a number, come on.
2.
2, I like it. Dan Vaccaro, 40-wing stats. Who are we keeping tabs on this afternoon?
Yes, thanks, Gussie. On the 40-wing stat sheet, we're going to do new recruit Tyson Young, superstar Lukey, Dan Sharrock, Jackson Clark, Joel Stevens, and big Xavier Lavity as well, the big goal kicker, spearhead for Wang. And then over to Rovers, no big surprises here. Sam Murray, Kieran Parnell, Lockie O'Brien, the Morris medalist, Ed Damon, and new recruit Mitch Hardy.
Luke, what's going to happen in the first quarter? Are we expecting a scrap? Are we expecting slick skills? What are your thoughts on how the game's going to kick-start?
Yeah, it's a great question, Gussie. It'll be one or the other, won't it? It'll be either pretty scrappy and helter-skelter in the opening moments, or we will get a clean start. Look, the conditions are absolutely perfect. Today in Wang, it was 26 degrees. I reckon it'll be pretty firm underfoot, so there's no excuses out there, not a breath of wind. Look, hopefully we get a clean game, Gussie, and a high-scoring one at that.
I think so. Bob Jackson, have we had a toss yet in the middle?
Oh, sorry, I've had the back to you boys. No, we haven't as yet. We haven't.
So we might be looking at a bit of a slightly delayed start.
Yeah, the umpires have not called the captains to the centre just yet, so we're just waiting for that to happen. So that's just short of 6 o'clock on the knocker there, boys, so we shouldn't be too far away.
Gussie, who gets Sammy Murray?
It all depends on where he starts. We know in Wangaratta derbies in 2025 he played half-back, on ball, and he even went to full forward to kick-start this encounter in 2025. I think he just goes in the midfield. I think Wangaratta to start with, just back their players head-to-head, one-on-one. But he's one of those players that if he gets off the chain, you've really got to stop him. But we do know that Jason Heatley is a big fan of the tag, but he's lost his tagging weapon in Jasper Craven. He's gone back to play footy in Queensland, returning home. So we don't know who's going to go to him at this stage.
And Tyler Norton would have been another one as well.
He's gone to play footy in Geelong. So there's a couple of players missing from this Magpies outfit that we know add so much for them. The Magpies and the Rovers are in their final huddles and not too far away.
We've actually had the
starting proceedings, Bobby J.
We've had the toss, and Wangaratta Magpies are kicking to the town end. So the Rovers are kicking to the club rooms in here at Norman's Oval.
So a big crowd building here under lights. The lights are just being turned on here at the Norman's Oval. Umpires Bull and side bottom in the middle will kickstart proceedings, Lukey.
Bobby, if you're having a shot at goal to the club room's end, is that sun in your eyes?
No.
No?
No, it's not. No.
Very good.
Not at the club room end, no. Not unless you're deep in the pocket, you're running from the tinny bar. But outside that, you should be okay. And if I was, you're looking at the left-hand goal post with this little bit of a breeze.
Good work.
That's starting to pick up just a little bit as I speak. So, yes, it's just about to get into it, boys. I'm so excited. As if it's impossible for the two sides to be better than the last time we've seen them. But these two sides look like they're better lineups than September last year. So this is, boys, we're spoiled.
Give us a tip, Bobby J.
I'm going to go with the reigning premiers, Rovers.
Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Stick with Rovers by 2 points, Gus.
Luke Francis on OMFNL Live.
Maggie's at Normans purely because they're on their home turf. What about yourself, Gussie?
Thanks to Wangaratta Pump Shop. I tipped the Rovers to start with, and I'll stick with them, but there is something about the Magpies in the first rendition of the Wangaratta Derby that just scares me. They always come to play. They know when to win and how to get it done. A big point at the box from Mark Anderson, who's made his way back to the competition after a stint with Diggers Rest. It's great to have your company here on 102.1 Edge FM or 1494 2AY. Snap Print Solutions, O&M TV. Luke Chilcott from Wangaratta Indigo Computers putting the pictures together, and Doug Greshke behind the camera this evening. We hope you're ready for what is going to be a fantastic start to 2026. The first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries is underway, and here's Luke Francis to kickstart 2026.
Knowles and Damon. Knowles won it clearly to Young, then off to Stevens. Got smothered momentarily off the boot. Sammy Murray just went over his head. Here's Philo picking it up and then goes back to Damon. Beautiful work. Here's Sammy Murray. He accelerates, gets it on the boot. Jet Roberts takes the mark for the Maggies. So they settle on half back in the derby. Great crowd in. Perfect conditions for footy. Here goes Jet. Down the line to half forward. Lavity caught at the back. Damon in front. Looked like a throw almost to O'Keefe. Down it goes to the 50 arc. Ball's going to be tied up. And we will have a stoppage. Hello, whistle. What's the umpire going to say here? Has he picked out a free kick?
Free kick off the ball against Lavity.
Talk us through that, Bob Jackson.
Yeah, he's just running past and collected the Wangaratta Rovers player late and just put him to the ground.
All thanks to Sports Power Wangaratta. The Magpies the Rovers via McCarthy, I should say, turned the ball over. Stevens got his head taken off, and it's going to be a free kick to the black and white. So Stevens will have it true centre wing on the grandstand side. Normin's oval. He plays on, kicks the Yarrow Sharon. Inside forward 50. Flying was Young. Got a good enough piece of it, and the umpires paid the mark.
Gee, that was a fantastic contested mark by the new recruit for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's come from the blind side into a contested situation and only had eyes for the ball, and that was a strong first initial impression from the gun recruit, Tyson Young.
I'll tell you what, this would be a dream start, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 Winks if Tyson Young can kick this with his first 40 Winks disposal.
Yeah, you're spot on, Gus, and he started so well as well. He's started in the midfield, he's floating forward, he's doing exactly what we'd expect from him.
Getting a real understanding of how big of a man this guy is, Tyson Young, with his first pack mark. He'll kick from 45 on a 45-degree angle to the Evans Street end. Tyson Young, his first kick of a Magpie, is to the right-hand side for a minor score. So on the Macca's scoreboard, the Magpies draw first blood. It's one behind to the Rovers yet to score. We've played 2 minutes for Macca's.
Just an early matchup, lads. Jace McQuaid's gone to Xavier Lafferty in the Magpies forward 50.
Here goes Xavier Allison. How good has this guy been since he's joined the Rovers? That man too, Lockie O'Brien, one of the 3 medalists last year in the O&M. 3-way tie in the Morris medal. Here's Damon. He winds up, he goes in low, forward entry, over the back, and the mark is taken by Di Sebastiano. Play was caught on, must have been touched as Batten comes out. This will be turned over. Lewis stood in front, nice and brave. Ball at bootlace level, shoveled out the back. Here's Hayden, he's got Lavity on. Now Xavier is usually good. Gee, that was nice. Into Clark, doesn't make it. Ball rolls out inside 50, Evans Street and McCarthy. Gets the handball out. Here's O'Keefe. Allison after him. Play goes on. Ellis, Fraser, short of the pocket. Well done. Good footy, and they pick up Tilly.
Great pressure from the Wangaratta Magpies from the back half. Created that turnover and getting a clean entry inside 50. That was a fantastic move of the footy. And this guy here, Aidan Tilley, he's a superstar that they really need to fire this year, and he could take them the extra step.
Bobby, just keep tabs on Matt Grossman. I've seen him inside Wangaratta Magpies attacking 50 twice already. Normally a traditional key defender.
Yeah, I will do.
Good player, Aidan Tilley. Deliberate, tough angle. He's missed that one across the face of goal. So 2 plays nil here. No major on the board. Maggie's up. First termers for A-grade oars and batteries.
Yeah, positive start by Wangaratta on the 40-wing stat sheet. They've gone inside 55 times, Gus, with 2 marks as well, so super accurate from them.
Certainly is, as the Sharon comes back to the goal square. And Xavier Allison, who broke his leg in the grand final, has made a remarkable recovery to play in the Rovers' next game as he kicks in from fullback long down the Ovens River side. Ball in dispute, falls the way of Stevens now for the Magpies, who kicks inside 50, and it's in the hands of Hayden. 55 from home. Playing on now, kicking inside 50, looking to find Clark. Was he pushed in the back? In fact, Tilly. And the umpire says he wasn't, Bob Jackson, for Sports Power.
Yeah, nicely well-timed nudge there, just getting Aidan Tilley out of the contest. They're really controlling the ball on exit on the far side there, Wangaratta Magpies. So they've got a good structure behind the ball and they're set up really well.
25 around from goal at the Evans Street end. Boundary umpire, gee, that's a high one. Look at that. Tilly sits under it, got a left hand to it. Clark was there. Ball comes out, went by Caterpillar. Barrett, was he taken high? Thompson, nice work to Philo. Here's Sammy Murray. Now watch this. Left foot. Who will he hit? Up towards centre wing. That was beautiful. So Boyd's taken the mark right up on centre wing. They're on the Ovens River side. Sammy wants it back in the corridor. Boyd ignores him, goes down the line. Good running from Alex McCarthy. So the champs are on the move here, and they're about to swing it in. High ball going down towards Christie with Tweedale. Christie front spot, bobs out. Di Sebastiano gets it away to Batten, and they hold up. And they come this way to Mapleson.
Mapleson plays on, and that's a nice kick at the Sharon. Bit too much on it for Clark. He went to tap it over the back, but Murray was there for the Rovers. Coming off his line was the Wangaratta Magpies player in Mapleson. Attacks the corridor now, but the Rovers have numbers. They retreat into the hands of Jace McQuaid. Goes with a searching handball to Murray on centre wing. Chipping the ball nicely to Brodie Philo. Kick and a half from home as Philo sets sail to the top of the goal square. Big pack forms, hits the front contest at ground level. Knowles, the big ruckman, dispossessed. Putting his head over the footy was Di Sebastiano. Tweedale's kick was smothered as the ball pinballs around. 15 metres out from Rovers' goal. Umpire calls for the Sheridan, will ball it up top of the square. 35 from home.
Hot start. Here we go. Let's have a look. Knowles hit it down in front. Going through was Hardy. Di Sebastiano, young. Di Sebastiano back on the turf. Ball clearing, kick out. Outside 50 here. Going after it, Hayden. Coming after him, Brody Hall. McCarthy trails him. Ball bouncing, and it has gone out of bounds. So no goal on the board yet. The Wang Maggies 2 play the Rovers 0. We'll go down to you, Bobby, for Sports Power.
Yeah, very hot around the contest at the moment, isn't it? So both sides just struggling to get clean possession out of the congested areas. So it's hot early, along with the weather.
Stevens been busy early. Handball over the top from Batten, feigns Fraser Ellis. As Ellis plays on the right boot, kicks long down the line, not his best kick. O'Keefe made a contest of it. Now it sits for Lewis for the Rovers. On the right boot, long down the line as Barrett chops out across half back. He's in front of Bay 13, they call it here at the Norm Inns Oval, as he kicks inboard and he finds Dan Sharrock getting some 40 Winks disposals early. This is nice play from the Magpies. Grossman streaming through the corridor, inside 50 to Lavity. That's Wangaratta at their absolute best, Bobby J. And Xavier Lavity tells the men on the mark, hey, Jakes McQuaid, you can't buy that much real estate. I'm kicking from 45.
Isn't a full fit Dan Sharrock at the start of the season a massive bonus for Wangaratta Magpies? They got him nice and late last year, but he wasn't at his full fitness. But he looks in great nick at the moment, just coming off a rotation now, and the boys are all rolling off pretty quickly here.
Dan Sharrock looks good, but I'll tell you what, this guy looks very, very dangerous. He's going to be a handful in season 2026, Gus.
Xavier Lavity now aligned with Collingwood in the VFL. Left foot kick. Xavier Lavity goes bang! The Magpies kick their first goal of season 2026, and it comes via their young gun, Xavier Lavity. The Magpies extend the margin to 1-2-8. The Rovers yet to score here in the first term for Maccas.
Yeah, and that was a really big goal for Wayne, because you just got the feeling that Rovers was starting to shift the momentum back, getting a few repeat inside 50s. They're up to 3, but Wangaratta have been super potent going forward. They've had the 7 inside 50s, but they've taken the 4 marks inside 50 as well, Lukey. So super start for their main man, Xavier Lavity, up forward.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dan. Of course, affiliated with the Collingwood VFL team this year, Xavier Lavity. He's a talent, Bobby.
Yeah, that pre-season with Collingwood is going to do him no end of good, and the beneficiary of that is going to be Wangaratta Magpies.
Back in the middle, Knowles and Damon. What a pivotal clash that's going to be. Shepherding. It's going to Chris Knowles. They play on quickly through Mapleson. Let's have a look down towards the top of the goal square. Players flying everywhere. Nice work from the Rovers in close. Lavity punches it out, ends up in the hands of Parnell, who made the Northern Territory Team of the Year. There's Nolan, partially smothered. There's a whistle here, and the ball's in fact gone out of bounds at the Evans Street end. Gus McLeod, Dan Vaccaro, Bob Jackson and Luke Francis with you on O&M Live.
A big shout out to Clarence Lamp, the boundary umpire. Missed last year's grand final to run a marathon in the United States. I can tell you, boys, he won that race.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
A good decision from our man Clarence, and that's an unbelievable boundary throwing. Great ruck craft from Tilly, trying to find Mapleson, top of the goal square, wants to find his right, holding the ball. Bit off more than he could chew, and Brody Paul wraps him up with a big holding the ball. 13 games in the ones last year for Brody Paul, and he's going to look to cement himself a spot here in 2026.
Big kick from Philo. Far side of the ground. Jet Roberts with Hardy on him. Wilson was in there. Look at them going in for the pill. Here's Barrett. Handball's out. They're away, the Maggies, and they fire it in. Wobbly ball inside 50, the attacking zone. Beautifully picked up by Lavity. Here's Clark. Look at this. Dangerous. Plays on. O'Keefe, he's got it. He has got it. That is a steer line goal of the day. The Maggies at their best.
Yeah, just a dirty ball coming into forward 50, Wangaratta Magpies, and that just caused all sorts of chaos. And Xavier Lavity hit the ball at pace, and he's very creative with his hands early doors here. With we're all in awe of his left foot, but gee whiz, he's been creative with his handball and knock-ons and tap-ons. So they might have got an extra bit of bonus out of Xavier Lavity with his pre-season at Collingwood Magpies.
I know it's only early days, but he's proven to be the most influential player on the ground at the moment. He's a handful for the Wangaratta Rovers. 5 disposals and a goal, and he's probably had 2 score involvements as well, so superstar.
The bounce off half-back from the black and white is nothing short of elite. We're back in the middle and the Rovers need to respond. The man to do so is Murray as he shovels one out wide towards our broadcast side. Now in the hands of Philo. Looking for the 1-2 from Katapani, ignores and goes to the co-captain and Allison. Here's Xavier, right foot kick, long down the line to half forward. Christie got the big mitts up nice and high and clunked at 55 from home. Chipping into the pocket, trying to find a leader. Boyd, well done from Young. He floated back courageously. Cooper's there for the Rovers. Swing and a miss, holding the ball. Terrific work in the back six from the Wangaratta Magpies. A group tackle effort, and the free kick's going to go the way of the black and white. I think it's going to be Kennett who's joined the club from the Ovens and King. He comes in board now, finds a teammate in Barrett, and Barrett has got Josh Tweedale.
How good was Young going back, Bobby?
Yeah, he's playing the full length of the field here at the moment. Luke, he works very hard defensively back as well, and that was courageous.
50. Yep. So Allison picked it out. He dobbed in one of the Maggies, encroaching on the mark, and he's going to be strolling into about 35, Dan.
Yeah, it's going to be about 35 directly in front. Yeah, I can't help but think that's a harsh penalty, isn't it? For just taking it a step too far, and you're paying the ultimate price here. And Xavier Lavity is going to have a set shot directly in front.
Here goes Allison, 25 out, wobbles it through for a goal. So the reigning champs are on the board. That's their first score. 14 plays 6. The Maggies up on O&M Live. Let's go down to Bobby.
Yeah, you mentioned Xavier Allison. He's a crafty player, and he worked that free kick beautifully and got the extra 50 out. I'm just having a look at some matchups. Jace McQuaid's he's got his hands full with Aidan Tilley down in that back 50, so he's Charles Ledger's going to Aidan Tilley, so that'll be a matchup to keep an eye on, boys.
Bobby, I reckon Matt Grossman's playing on the wing. On the far side there.
Yes, he is. He's forever fit, isn't he?
We'll get to Dan Vaccaro for some 40 Winks numbers very shortly. Confirming a late change, Harry Hewitt out to the VFL and Lockie Kennett in for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's wearing jersey number 32. Back in the middle, hacked forward by Sam Murray for the Rovers. Found its way to Booth, and now Booth retreats. Charlie Thompson wrapped up in a tackle. Now we find Mitch Hardy, the new recruit for the Rovers, with a chiselling ball back towards Booth. Booth plays on the right boot, finds Wilson, too far to score. 55-60 from home, into the pocket. Great kick to Tom Boyd. That's the Rovers at their best, and they're starting to settle now, Bobby J.
Yeah, Lockie Boyd's been matched up on Disabachano, and just got a check there on the goal square and got some free space.
That was their first mark inside 50 for Rovers, so starting to get a little bit of calm around the contest as well in the early days.
So the wrong side for a right footer. He's kicking in front of the can bar they call Bay 13 here. Tied up on the pocket. He'll kick from 35 metres, Tom Boyd, to the club room's end. On the right boot goes the drop punt. Looks pretty good, but it's just missed to the near side. It's a minor score for Boyd. The Rovers move to 1-1-7. The Magpies 2-2-14 thanks to Maccas. And we've played just under 14 minutes for A-grade oils and batteries.
Gus McLeod calling for the Wang Pump Shop. Jet Roberts to bring the Sharon back in for the Maggies at the club room's end. And he goes short to Jackson Clark. Eddie Damon mans the mark. There's some talent in that pocket, Dan.
Absolutely there is. Jackson Clark coming up for his third 40 Winks disposal.
Jackson just dumps it out. Young at the back, got hands to it. Ball out of bounds here, about 70 around from goal. So we will have a boundary throw, and we'll go back to you, Dan.
Yeah, for some ball winners as well early in the contest on 40 Winks stat sheet. Joel Stevens has been super, 5 disposals, and Sam Murray up to 7 for the Wang Rovers.
Boundary throwing. Let's have a look. Young man, that's a beautiful one. Wonderful. And then Hayden gets it out. He goes McMonigal. Allison went over his shoulder. Christie had a crack at it. Now McMonigal's at the bottom here. The umpire's going to let him off the hook. In fact, it was Xavier Allison getting up off the carpet. Ball goes up again. Christie fishes away. He's batting. Left foot, high one going up in the air. We're going 14 in the opening term. 14-7. The Maggies are up over the Rovers at Norm Inns on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM.
Grossman's got himself a free kick for the black and white, and he wants to play on quickly with a penetrating entry. The Magpies seek Lavity, brought it front and centre. Tracking this one here is Schulte in his new number 23. We've got a whistle. It's a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Rovers. Is it against Tilley or Lavity? One of the two.
Lavity, a reckless high tackle.
And it's going to be a free kick here to Noah Schulte. Of course, missed out when it really mattered last year with a couple of big games, but he's going to look to be a regular player this year. Kicks like that probably won't help his cause. Michael Bordingong intercepting for the Magpies. Inboard to Hayden, who marks just left of the centre circle. Wants to find a runner. Dangerous one. Handball missed the target. Booth pounces for the Rovers. Kicks onto the lead, trying to find Boyd, who was dispossessed at the crucial moment. Di Sebastiano has given away a free kick to Boyd there for a high chop. The Rovers have it 80 from goal.
Here he goes, Tom. Short. So they hold possession. Sam Catapan's got it. He's 60 out. Can he find some space down there? Oh, good strong contest in the pocket. Thompson, Charlie, left foot. Has he got it? What's happened here?
Out in the full.
Out in the full.
Okay, righto. So it'll be coming right back. So the Maggies will get it. Dan Sharrock's over in the pocket there. Look at the crowd behind him, Dan. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a full house here. Bob gave his estimate earlier.
Good Friday. If the Maggies get up at home, it'll be a great Friday for those standing at the bar. Here's Thompson. Play goes on. Well, that was too easy in the end. Schulte's taken the mark.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of communication through the middle there, which caused the holding the ball, and then a quick play onto advantage gave the Wangara Rovers free entry, and Noah Schulte's having a shot on goal, about 35 metres out in front. I just had a look at that Matt Grossman. I think he's got a match up with Lockie O'Brien on that far wing.
Noah Schulte, about 35 to 40 metres out directly in front, kicking toward the club room's end. This would put them within a point. He's missed it. They're the ones you got to kick at O&M first grade level, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, you're right, but they are easing back into the contest now, Rovers. Up to the 7 inside 50s. Wangaratta have had the 11, but they're just starting to win the territory battle now, Lukey.
So the scoreboard here, thanks to A-grade oils and batteries, 2-2-14 the Magpies. The Rovers 1-2-8. Kick-in duties are going to be with Cam Barrett for the black and white at the club room's end. He's going to play on now, gained about 15 metres and kicks at the Ovens River side. Good raking kick, long down the line. Spills out the back for Lewis for the Rovers. Chipping the ball, trying to find Charlie Thompson. He marks, racking up the 40 Winks disposals today is Charlie. Feeds it back to Lewis in a 1-2. Inside 50, great delivery to Booth. And despite the fact they were napping for the first 8 minutes, the Rovers have turned up, Bobby J.
They have. They were notorious slow starters last year, but they're just catching the Wang Magpies on the flip side. Just being a bit not quite structured up once they turn the footy over, and there's plenty of space in that forward 50 for the Rovers to lead into.
So the ball is in the hands of the Rovers, and they're going to have a shot on goal via Stewie Booth. Kicking from 45 metres, 40-degree angle, club room's end. In comes the right footer. Makes nice connection, and it's straight through the middle. Scores a level here at the Norm Inns Oval at 2-2 apiece, thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. The goal comes via Stewie Booth, and we played 19 minutes for Maccas.
Yeah, you just get the feeling they're starting to flex their muscles a little bit here. Wang Rovers, Sam Murray leading that pack. He's up to 8 disposals on the 40 wing stat sheet. Been super. Is exactly what you'd expect. Mitch Hardy, new life as a Wangaratta Rover. He's had the 4 disposals. Not a huge impact yet, just easing into the contest, Lukey, but Rovers looking good.
Yeah, first 2 goals of the game to the Maggies, second to the Rovers. Any news down there at the moment, Bobby, for Sports Power?
No, just the players are heavily rotating off, and they're all got a fair bit of sweat coming off them, so it's still fairly warm out there.
Young, closely checked by Thompson. Ball bobs out. Look at that. Catapan to O'Brien. Young pinches it, snavels it to Dan Sharrock. Quickly on the boot. They go to half forward, the Maggies. Ball's out very wide. O'Keefe in pursuit of it. So to Lewis. And the ball has found the boundary line. So 2-2 plays 2-2.
Thanks, Richie.
Yes, it does. Yes, well done.
Richie Benno. Mitch Hardy, as mentioned before, 4 disposals for him. Joel Stevens has been super on the 40 wing stat sheet as well. He's up to the 6 disposals. And Dan Sharrock 3. Tyson Young 4.
Tyson Young yet to really pop up, bar that set shot on goal. He'll work his way into the contest. The Rovers are looking slick as the ball sits for the big ruckman in Ed Damon. Kicks the centre half forward. Plenty of black and white. Not many Rovers, but the Rover that jumped high was Will Christie, and he clunked the mark, 50 from home. I reckon he's too far to score, Bob, but he's going to take his full 30 and have a crack.
Yeah, he's probably kicking into a slight little breeze there, so that's going to drag it from left to right where Big Will is at the moment. So he's outside 50. He's going to take his very best, and this is a guy that done both his Achilles tendons here in a game last year that we called, and miraculously come back, and he's playing some really good football.
I do have a theory with nighttime games and the yellow balls. I reckon they're pointy and a bit harder.
That's a new ball, full stop, isn't it?
Well, I reckon these yellow balls aren't as good as the red ones. And I reckon that's why the foot skills are a bit ordinary. Here's Big Will Christie. I tell you what, he's made good connection with that. Is it straight? No, it's not. It's to the right-hand side for a minor score. I tell you what, he's got a leg on him, Will Christie. The Rovers hit the front for the first time, 2-3-15. The Magpies 2-2-14 for A-grade oils and batteries.
If only it was a red ball, Gus.
Yeah, darn yellow ball, too. How annoying. Anyway, Maggie's out of the back pocket, high ball. Brodie Paul was winding up at the back. He ended up with it. Got it on the boot. Here's Hardy. His first ping on the sticks is an absolute gem. Welcome to the Ovens of Murray, Mitch Hardy. What a gun. It's a steel line goal of the day.
What a fantastic strike of the footy that was. We're right behind that in regards to where he kicked it from. And as soon as it left the boot, the Wangaratta Rovers bench just went up in unison. And they're pretty happy that he's just coming off now. He's a fantastic acquisition to this side. And that's a finishing skill that we spoke about early on in the pre-season, in the pre-match.
Yeah, that is class personified there by Mitch Hardy. We know why. We know where he's played and we know what he can do. 5 disposals and a goal, early doors for him.
I tell you what, that's some finish, and I reckon to be sour grapes for the Magpies. He could have been doing that in their colours this year. He's chosen the brown and gold, and he's stepping up for the big boys when they ask him to. Nice finish on goal. We've got a whistle on the free kick here, Bob. There looks to be a player down in the centre of the ground in Philo, a bit ginger.
Yeah, just got a late one as the ball sort of flipped out of the contest.
Playing on, O'Brien, chiselling ball intercepted by Barrett. He come forward to defend and intercepted for the Wangaratta Magpies. Not many options to kick to. Umpire calls him to play on, so he throws it on the right. Mongrel punt up to half forward. Clean bowled about 4 of them. Spills out the back, trying to find McQuaid. McQuaid inboard to Lewis. Lewis chisels one. Finds O'Brien, who just wants to take a bit of sting out of the game here and find a lead. He's called to play on. Grandstand side at centre wing, long down the line. Murray had 2 to beat. Di Sebastiano got busy. So too did Roberts. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in just right in front of our broadcast position here on O&M Live. The Rovers lead 3-3-21. The Magpies 2-2-14. We've played 22 and a half for Maccas.
Back into play. Damon over the back and Knowles boring through McCarthy. Now he's at the bottom. And the umpire is going to take possession here. Rightio, Dan. We'll get our marks inside 50 thanks to 40 Wings.
Yeah, marks inside 50, Lukey. Wangaratta have had the 6 and Rovers have had the 3.
Roberts, that was Jet. O'Keefe, who's already kicked the goal in the opening term. Mapleson went off the deck. Lavity attacking this. Nice work from the Rovers to bring him to ground. And again, we'll have a ball up. Now, Lavity's at the bottom here. There's a bit of carry on. And the umpire's just grabbing the ball. Great work. Throw it up straight away. That's how those things disperse. Here's Murray. Oh, Sammy, look at that. Jet Roberts, wonderful work. And just sends it in. Good mark taken back down there by Jace McQuaid.
And typical Sam Murray fashion, just bounced straight back up as well.
A Mawson's concrete mark of the day.
Big J's going back with the flight there. It was nice to see, Bob.
Yeah, there's been some real big signs of courage here in the last couple of minutes with marks and going into contests and running back with the flight. So these boys, they're all busted for a game of footy and they've got it and they're giving us a real good one here at the moment.
Intercept mark on centre wing went to Alice, who kicks to half forward. Lavity's the target. Big fist coming across was Justin Lewis. He might have dug the knee into his teammate Jace McQuaid there as the ball spills out of bounds across half forward at the Magpies. And we've got a Dan Vaccaro for some 40-wing stats.
Yeah, well, Sam Murray in that contest just before, he's up to the 8 disposals. He's continuing his great form from last year as well.
Boundary throw-in. Damon won the tap, spills the way of Jace McQuaid, who pumps it on the boot and kicks it as far as he can. Good contest. Christie prevailed, dispossessed the ball. Umpire was blindsided, but he still saw it. Free kick to the Wangaratta Magpies. It's going to be in the hands of Roberts. Of course, 2 Roberts playing today, Jet and Oscar. This is Jet wearing number 30. Just behind true centre wing. Wants to find a short option. He's got one in Fraser Ellis. So Ellis for the Magpies. Wants to get things moving now. Kicking with a shallow entry inside forward 50. Young's gone forward. Big contest forms. Well done, Charlie Thompson. Measured the situation. Fed it on to Catapan. Catapan's handball was okay. Hayden's there for the Magpies getting busy. So too is Allison. Finds the coach in Murray. Murray breaks away after receiving it from Thompson. On the left boot, up towards half forward. Boardingyong and Cooper. Cooper and Boardingyong. Cooper regathered the Sherrin. Wrapped up in a Boardingyong tackle. 2 big bulls of the competition going head to head. It's a draw and the umpire says we'll ball it up.
Certainly will. Right on the 50-metre line. Clubroom's end. Christie. Ball comes out. Tweedo came from nowhere. Maggie's pick it up. Sam Murray going back with Knowles. Look at this for a duel. Sammy at the bottom. Xavier Allison joins him. Umpire to take it. So right on quarter time here. 3-3-21. The Rovers up over the Magpies, 2-2-14. The Magpies kick the first 2 of the game. The last 3 going the way of the brown and gold. There's Ellis over to Barrett. Short one to Stevens. Stevens on the boot, and it's gone out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in, true centre wing on the broadcast side.
Bob Jackson, thanks to Sports Power, Benalla.
Yeah, all players are looking for a spell. They're waiting for the siren to kick in so they can get their second wind. It's been played at a frenetic pace at the moment. Every player's coming off looking for a spell.
Temperature at ground level, Bobby J, for those tuning in.
Oh, we're looking at about 22 degrees by the watch.
Still pretty warm. Boundary throw in, true centre wing. 26 minutes gone for A-grade oils and batteries. Damon and Knowles, good battle on the ruck. Tyson Young on the right for the Wangaratta Magpies, kicking, trying to find Lavity. Good contest. Falls the way of Lavity, shakes and bakes. Handballs in a 1-2. Now it's with O'Keefe. O'Keefe from 45 for the Magpies, across the face. And out of bounds on the full as the siren sounds for quarter time here in the Wangaratta Derby. It was a frenetic first term, and I'm sure all the players are looking for the pickle juice in the waters at quarter time. The Rovers hold the lead. They lead 3-3-21 to the Magpies, 2-2-14. We'll take a break on O&M Live and bring you the second term on the other side. On O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
Yeah, welcome back to the Norm Minzo with the Wangaratta Showgrounds. Quarter time here in the season opener. Wangaratta Derby sees the Rovers in front, 3-3-21 to the Wangaratta Magpies, 2-2-14. Goal kickers in the opening quarter, Luke Francis.
Yeah, Gussie. So the Maggies got the first two through Xavier Lavity and Will O'Keefe. And then the next three went to the Wang Rovers through Xavier Allison, Stuart Booth and Mitch Hardy. Great to see him getting going in the O&M, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. That goal was class, wasn't it, Guzzles?
Certainly was. Let's get a quarter's best thanks to Everton Farm Supplies.
Yeah, from Wangaratta, I love Xavier Lavity. If they get it forward to him enough tonight, he's going to be the biggest handful on the ground. He's had 6 disposals. He kicked a goal, but he's had a say in mostly anything that's come their way in that forward 50. He's a super talent. He looks better for it, Lukey Francis. So he's my man for the quarter. And for Rovers, there was probably, you could take a smattering of players. Sam Murray got a lot of the ball. Ed Damon was super in the ruck as well. Justin Lewis was getting a lot of half-back. So working together really well as a team.
Charlie Thompson's
also been really good.
We'll go boundary side now. Thanks to Sports Power Wangaratta, Bob Jackson's got Kyle Raven, the Rovers assistant coach.
Yeah, certainly have got Kyle down here. Hot early, mate. You took some punches, as you said, just off the air. What's your take on it now?
I think, we just got back into the contest pretty well. I think when we shift the footy and change lanes, that seems to be what's working best. And then we're just working on our probably forward mix a little bit as well.
Thanks, mate.
Bobby, what was the messages from a few of the coaches? They look to be quite tight huddles, so I'm tipping it would have been a little bit hard to get amongst the inner sanctum.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of, as you can see, there's a lot of people out here supporting the game, and it was very difficult to get in there. And both coaches aren't loud speakers, but just reinforcing a lot of the stuff, particularly Sam, he was just reinforcing, making sure that they take their time getting the connections. It's not going to happen straight away, whereas Jason was a little bit more direct and wanted to keep that pressure through that middle section of the ground where they had that dominance a little bit early, where they could turn the footy over and give blokes like a Barrett off half back and Matty Grossman out on the wing, clean footy going inside 50.
Right amongst the thicky things, Bob Jackson, there's a good crowd in the house. There's still, I reckon, 200, 300 people dispersing off the venue.
Yeah, that could hold us up tonight. We might take some time getting out of the ground tonight. There seems to be a lot of people, and it's growing as the game unfolds as well. So there's a lot of people here to see this spectacular two sides going at it.
Around the grounds for Everton Farm Supplies, it was North Albury over the top, falling short of the Lavington Panthers this afternoon. The Panthers running away victors 100-73. Here at the Norman's Oval, it's a 7-point buffer to the visitors, the Wangaratta Rovers over the Wangaratta Magpies. Might get some 40-wing stats quickly from Dan Vaccaro. Who's leading the way?
Yeah, well, the inside 50 count, Wangaratta are leading the way still with 16, 5 marks inside 50s. And for Rovers, they had the 11 inside 50s and 3 marks as well. Sam Murray, 9 disposals for him. Ed Damon, 5 disposals. Lockie O'Brien, 5. Jolie Stevens has been super for Wangaratta. He's up to 6, but really good around the contest. And new recruit Tyson Young has had the 4 disposals.
We're about to get underway here in the second term on O&M Live. Umpire holds the Sharon aloft. It's thanks to Jacob Hino. Here's Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Yeah, second stanza, Rovers by 7 points. Damon Murray off his boot. Came back to Damon, back to Sammy. Gee, that was nicely worked. And there goes Sam inside forward 50. Tom Boyd working in front of Di Sebastiano. Tommy around the corner. Bouncing ball. Mark wasn't taken. Christie left foot. Has he got it? He has. It's a dream start to the second term from Will Christie. That was magic. A steel line goal of the day.
It was slick out of the middle, wasn't it, boys? The leader, Sammy Murray, just implanted himself in the play nice and early there and forced the ball, wheeled the ball forward. And Lockie Boyd, he just kept the ball moving forward. It was a dirty ball, but finish there for a big guy was outstanding.
Will Christie is a superstar, but the partners in crime in the midfield, Gus, Ed Damon and Sam Murray, how super was that? Ed Damon doesn't get beaten in the ruck contest, and Sam Murray as well, now up to 10 disposals, but it's his clearance work which what makes him better than everyone else in the comp.
4 goals in a row for the Wangaratta Rovers. After the Magpies hit the first 2 inside 10 minutes, it's out to a 13-point lead, game high. On O&M Live, the lights starting to kick in here at the Norman's Oval, and we've got a free kick for a hold. It's going to go the way of the Magpies. Now it's in the hands of Dan Sharrock, one of our favourites. He's young Dooley as he kicks long down the line. Sentencing lead comes from Tyson Young, who looks to be floating forward. On the right boot, trying to find Clark over his head. Lavity got some work to do. At ground level is Xavier Allison for the Rovers. Appeals for holding the ball. Umpire says no, and we'll ball the footy up 45 metres out from Magpies goal.
Certainly will. So umpire sends it aloft. Damon down in front, snapped by Clark. right foot, snaps it back. Sam Murray, I don't think that went the required distance. The umpires paid it. So he was happy with it, and that's all that matters.
I wouldn't want to buy real estate off the umpire, Luke.
No, you get shortchanged there, Gussie. There goes Murray, down the line, well outside 50. On the Ovens River side, players diving in for it. Di Sebastiano at the bottom, so too is Philo. Look at the ball come out to Barrett. Here's Mapleson. Now he has a ping on the sticks as a top spinner, and it falls back there into the hands of Jace McQuaid.
2.5 minutes gone here, thanks to Maccas. Will Christie gold after 30 seconds in this second term for Jacob Hino. As Jace McQuaid kicks long and out of bounds on the full. Poor kick of the Sharon there, Bobby J.
Yeah, it was. The breeze dragged it out there on the far side in front of Bay 13, as you call it. It's good to see Tyson Young get some important touches early in this second quarter. I think he's had 2 or 3, Dan, in his first part of the second quarter.
Yeah, he's been good. He's up to 6 disposals for the game. Had 2 this quarter, Bob.
Barrett's got it 70 from home. Kicks sail to the hot spot, trying to find Lavity.
Ooh.
Gee, that's a good marker. Mawson's concrete mark of the day from big Xavier Lavity. And isn't he not overly shy to let the Rovers know all about it? 25 metres out directly in front.
He really made an impression there, didn't he? He was the clear player that wanted to take that mark, and he had his name all over it right from a long way out, and real authority there. And he came off there in that first quarter and had a good look at him, and he's in real good shape. He's in tip-top shape at the moment, Xavier Lavity.
He looks to be a step above in 2026. That Collingwood pre-season has got this young man looking in tip-top shape. Let's hope his goal kicking's up to the same level. 25 metres out, straight in front. Xavier Lavity kicks his second. And he just gives Xavier Allison a little rub on the head, and the umpires, they're going to pay a free kick here.
Yeah, high.
Is the goal going to count?
It should.
I think the goal's going to count, but it's going to be an automatic free kick in the centre of the ground. The AFL are trying to stamp this out. They call it taunting, Bobby J, and they were red hot on that one for Xavier Lavity.
Yeah, that's an American rule. They brought that in the NFL years ago, and it's slowly but surely creeping into most sports. And I'm all for it. I don't think there's anything for that. He's kicked the goal. Celebrate with your teammates.
Absolutely. Here goes Murray, right out wide. Now he's telling his teammate and Brodie Paul to go in. He's found a free man. Here's Thompson. Charlie winding up. He gets to 55. He just pops it up to the top of the goal square. Christie's down there. Over the back it goes. Hardy, he went for the ball. And now it's going to be tied in, and the umpire will take it. Yeah, so the umpire right onto that with Lavity tapping Allison on the head. Barrett at the opposite end of the ground. And again, another stoppage. Rightio, Dan. What stat did you have to lead last year to have an impact on an O&M game? What's your top one?
Go again?
To get the 4 points.
To get the 4 points. Inside 50s is a good one, Luke.
I'd say scoring.
Scoring.
We've got a ruck infringement here. Got a ruck infringement. I reckon you might have just put him a little bit on the spot there, Lukey. We know that Dan Vaccaro needs a big pre-season, and Dan did his pre-season at the pub.
Correct.
So we've got a free kick here, Bobby J. Not sure what for. Talk us through this one.
I think it was infringement across the mark. I think Sam Catapan just crept forward a little bit without, in that protected area.
Mapleson up towards Clark. Couldn't quite get a hand on it. He got fingertips. Kieran Parnell intercepts here for the Rovers. He's at centre half back.
Quiet start for Kieran Parnell. Just coming up for his 4th disposal on the 40-week stat sheet.
Cooper looks to go behind the ball here, Luke, and he's got the ball across half back, the former VFL Team of the Year fullback.
Yeah, he has, Gussie. So let's have a look. Cooper, he's about to go down the line, dumps it. Tweedale, double fister, could have marked it in the end. There goes Barrett, off to Mapleson. They string it together to Stevens. He's going out wide for Tilly, gets him. Gee, that was beautiful play, Bobby.
That was a fantastic way to kick. There wasn't too much heat on it. He just put it into space, and Aiden Tilly, he worked hard from the opposite pocket to get some space, and to get some space in these Wangaratta Rovers back 50, you've got to be working hard, and he did. That was an exceptional lead and mark, and the kick was perfect.
Rightio, Dan, are you ready for this?
Started strong again, Wang. 5 inside 50s.
Inside 50s, okay. Here we go. Here's Tilly. He'll kick it from right on the 50 paint. Don't know if that'll make the distance, will it? It's about to fall short. Fisted away. Here's Anderson going after it. Legs pumping. Sam Murray spins around. right foot, puts it up in the air. Damon winding up at the back. Knowles at the front. Well done by Chris. Here goes Wilson, trying to tear his way through over the Hardy. Now Hardy weaving through traffic. He's got Sammy on, and he gives it to him now.
I saw Sam Murray use his right boot. I didn't know he had one before. There's the left from Muzz up towards half forward. Overrunning it was Booth. Boarding-Young was there. So too was Damon. Big contest forms. Roberts was there as well. That's Oscar. And we'll ball the footy up. Bobby J right in front of you.
Yeah, just on the back of the question that Luke asked Dan was, I think the conversion rate from going inside 50 is the big one this year, I think, Lukey.
Good, Bobby.
Great hands in traffic from Tyson Young as the ball comes towards Hayden. That was clearly touched off the boot. The umpire must have missed it as Hayden marks at true centre wing for the Magpies. The Magpies trail by 7 points to the Rovers. Bit of a mongrel punt down the line, but it might work out okay for O'Keefe. Tried to keep it in play. Umpire Clarence said, nah, out of bounds. We'll ball the ball back into play. 55 metres out from Magpies goal. So the Rovers lead 4-3-27. The Magpies 3-2-20. We've played 7.5 minutes thanks to C&V Truck and Bus.
Gus McLeod calling for the Wang Pump Shop. Damon. Ball down in front. Stevens got swung around. Young. Two of their big name recruits on the boot. Lavity's got it again. And we know how good he is in these situations, Bobby.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just a quick one down here, a little bit of an injury update. Sharrock is getting his left ankle heavily strapped as we speak, so might be one to keep an eye on there. I did see him hobbling a little bit. I just thought it might have been knocking a contest, so just keep an eye on that left ankle there, fellas.
Xavier Lavity trying to make it his third goal. He's so good with the nanas, and he's peeled that one beautifully. So well done to Xavier Lavity. He's got 3 on the board, and Collingwood fans would be very, very excited, Dan.
I'll tell you what, if he keeps playing like this, Luke, he's not going to be in the O&M for very long. He is a superstar, this bloke. He's the most influential player on the ground by a street. He's dominating. Xavier Lavity, 8 disposals, 2 goals, but he has got a hand in everything that goes inside that forward 50.
He looks dangerous at every entry, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, every time the ball goes near him, and he's introduced this handball creativity to his game that makes the defenders a little bit more nervous than normal.
We know he likes to play on the edge, but if he can stamp out that ill-disciplined behaviour, he is going to be the ultimate forward. Not only in the ovens of Murray, but potentially at higher honours. We're back in the middle with a 1-point ball game and the Rovers lead. Tyson Young getting busy early on the 40-wing stat sheet. From a standing start, he kicks inside 50 to a contest, spills out the back. The Rovers have numbers and they clear defensive lines. It sits nicely for O'Brien. And O'Brien's going to play on across half-back in towards the corridor. Damon's the destination and he marks on the edge of the wicket. Called to play on. Handball onto the coach in Murray in the centre circle. Murray, the umpire got in the road. He had to stop still and then kick on the left inside 50. Christie was manhandled. Umpire said it was there. Free kick to Big Will, 25 from goal.
Jeez, he played that beautifully, the big fella. I don't think there's too much in that free kick, but he's got himself in great position and put himself in front of the pack to create that opportunity, and he's having a set shot at goal 30 metres out, Will Christie.
How was the turn and kick from Tyson Young? He got it in the centre circle from a standing start, kicked it 60 metres inside 50.
Yeah, he's a sharp player, isn't he?
Just
Super
needed someone
skills.
to clunk it. So here's Will Christie, who's resting forward and playing predominantly forward, should I say. He's already kicked one, looking for his second at the Evans Street end to extend the margin to 7 points for the Rovers. Will Christie kicks truly, and he's got a double. So the Rovers respond after back-to-back goals from Xavier Lavity. Will Christie's got his second, the second in the second term, and for Jacob Hino, the Rovers are in front by 7.
It's quality over quantity now for Rovers. Like, their inside 50 count's still down compared to Wang Magpies. Magpies are still taking more marks inside 50, but every single time they go forward, Rovers, they just manage to get the job done. And it's through their class players. Ed Damon seems to have a hand in everything that turns into a score for Rovers at the moment. He's a super player. Had the 8 disposals, but dominating that contest as well.
What are you seeing, Bobby, for Sports Power?
I just see that that stat that we're going to focus on this year, mate, has just come to fruition. Inside 50, productivity inside 50.
Unreal. Here goes Stevens. Came off his foot, goes again. Sammy Murray. Now there is a whistle, holding free kick. It's going to the Maggies. So Stevens to pick it up. Backward of centre wing on the far side. Now where's Lavity on this occasion? Tilly's there. Here's Lavity. Got stripped out of his hands. Well done by the Rovers defence. And the free kick over the shoulder, and it's going to Ed Damon. And he wants to push it out to the Ovens River side, to Sam Murray. 33 plays 26. Rovers up over the Maggies. to Nolan. What a weekend of footy on O&M Live. We've got Korowa versus the Wodonga Bulldogs tomorrow, and then Easter Sunday, it's the Saints up against the Tigers.
Shagger Nolan is going to shave the locks off tonight, boys. Take it all in. The locks are going to go. He's raising money for the Good Friday appeal. Let's get behind Shagger Nolan. Head to the Rovers Facebook page to find all the information on that. He is an absolute superhuman. And Lukey, 10 years of the locks, gone.
Unreal, Gussie.
What a man.
Yep.
I wish I had hair like that and wouldn't be cutting it off, I can tell you that for free. Long down the line, Di Sebastiano sits in the hole. Luke, what are your thoughts on Lockie Di Sebastiano early? Is that big tall in the Maggies back six?
Well, he certainly stands out, doesn't he, Gus? He looks like a player that's going to give you everything he's got every time he steps out on the field. He's truly having a dip.
Boundary throw-in, comes back into play, spills out the back towards Charlie Thompson. He kicks up towards half forward. Mitch Hardy in pursuit. So's Bordingong. Lost his footing, then regathered it. Fed it backwards to Booth. Booth chisels it inside 50 to Will Christie. Amongst the Bronx cheers from the Rovers fans, Will Christie's going to have a set shot from 30 on a 45-degree angle.
How classy was Mitch Hardy there, just to get back on his feet as quick as he possibly can. Michael Bording has no mug in defence. He actually worked him over good and proper there, but he kept his feet and provided an opportunity for his forwards, and he's a classy player, Mitch Hardy.
We got numbers on Will Christie, or we're doing Ed Damon today?
Doing Ed Damon today, but Ed Damon's had the 9. He's been super, but Will Christie, he's a gun as well.
What a luxury. 2 twin towers, Damon and Christie. Christie searching for his third in the second term here. This to extend the margin to be on 2 kicks. Right foot kick. Look to drift out to the right, but it sends it straight through the middle. Will Christie's got 3, all 3 inside 13 minutes in the second term. It's thanks to Jacob Hino here on O&M Live, and the Rovers are running away. 6-3-39 to 4-2-26.
Yeah, Will Christie has just told Xavier Lavity to hold my beer because he is playing a super game at the moment up forward. He's a real weapon for them. And did anyone have him for the Doug Strang in the early predictions, Guzza?
Did you?
I didn't, no.
I thought that was a subtle cue that Dan thought he was
No,
there.
no, I was legitimately asking because I'll tell you what, he's going to be up there at the end of the year.
Doesn't sound like anyone had him, Dan. So, I did Simpson medalist, eh? Equivalent to... Well, the O&M's equivalent to the Norm Smith. There's Mapleson, Sam Murray, Dan Sharrock tried to get his hands on it. Hayden was in there. There's O'Keefe. McMonigal coming towards him. Nice work. Picking up Wilson. He flicks it over his head. Jackson Clark snavels it though. Misses O'Keefe with the hand pass. He's got to go back and get it. Out to Barrett. And they square it up to centre half back. So here's Jet Roberts. 39 playing 26. Rovers up over the Maggies in the derby. This is O&M Live on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM. Knowles, look at big Chris. Wonderful mark. True centre wing. Good crowd in on Good Friday in Wangaratta. If you're wondering, this is the Maggies' home ground. The Rovers' home ground is behind us on the broadcast side, a few hundred metres away. Down the line they go. Philo held front spot. Ball out of bounds. Rightio, Dan, we'll go to you. What's your best, mate?
Yeah, well, Wangaratta, they started well in terms of the inside 50s. They're up to 7, and they've taken 3 marks going forward, but it's the Rovers who are just so much more potent when getting in there. They're up to the 6 this quarter, 17 for the game.
Knowles took it from the ruck, but couldn't find a target to handball to. Stevens getting busy behind the play. Umpire calls for the footy will ball it up. Jack Mapleson's really impressed me, Bobby J.
Yeah, he's a good mover and slotted nicely into this Magpies outfit.
Dispossessed was Damon. Magpies wanted a free kick. They won't get it. Inside 50 from Hayden. Top of the goal square's the destination. Flying across the pack was a couple of Rovers. Parnell's at ground level. So too is Cooper, who just bombed it as far as he possibly can. Taking the mark here is Lockie Kennett, who's come in from the Ovens and King, chipping the ball over the top. He's found its way to Chris Knowles. Knowles into the hot spot once again. Young was manhandled. Umpire didn't pay the free kick. Nolan's there for the Rovers. He chops out nicely, switches the ball, and he's got Sam Murray.
Certainly has, and they get it outside 50 to the outer side. Here's Parnell. Kieran, look at the Rovers on the move down the outer side. Boyd, is he going to go back inside? He does to Sholdy. Good hand pass to McCarthy. They've linked up beautifully. This is super footy. Into Christie. He's taken it. Umpires paid it. Maggies didn't like it, particularly Aidan Tilley. In fact, Tweedale.
You called that beautifully, Luke. The link up from the back half into the forward 50 from the Rovers was first class, and you can just see the cream starting to rise at the top here late in the second quarter with all the guns, all the Rovers expert ball movers have come to the fore here.
Tough kick this one, Dan.
Yeah, right up against it, Lukey, but that ball movement, that was almost play of the day from Wang Rovers. I absolutely love the lead up to that hit to Christie.
So Will Christie shooting at his 3rd goal. This will make it his 4th, in fact. Yep, a quartet. Balks around, ducks inside, right foot. Oh, he's bellied that. He's missed it. It's behind. It's 1 point. Yeah, 40 to 26. 40 to 26, the Wang Rovers. 6-4, 40 to 4-2, 26.
I'll tell you what, I thought that was going through for a second, boys.
Yeah.
Bobby Jackson, boundary side.
Yeah, I'm with Luke. He bellied that big time. I think he was just praying for a little bit of breeze to help him with that one. But the big fella, he's had 6 or 7 shots on goal, and he's really, really dangerous side that forward 50 for the Rovers.
Bob Jackson, boundary side for Sports Power. Benalla and Wangaratta. Long down the line. Di Sebastiano brought it front and centre for the Magpies. That was a nice handball from Kennett to find the overlapping run of Mark Anderson. Welcome back to Wangaratta. The kick was touched off the boot. Sits nicely for Lavity. Lavity's tied up in the pocket. Throws on the boot. Torpedo from the pocket. Are you kidding me? Umpires called it behind.
I think it hit the post. I'm pretty sure it...
I tell you what, everyone thought it was a goal except the goal umpire.
I think that clipped the post.
Lukey, you've got to look on the replay here.
It's hard to know, Gussie, isn't it?
Well, if it's hit the post, it's only just shaved the post, and Lavity's been robbed of a contender of an early goal of the year. We can't question the goal umpire. He's got the best seat in the house.
It wasn't even a contender. It was goal of the year.
But Xavier Lavity has kicked point of the year. 40 plays 26, the Rovers lead for Jacob Hino.
Look, I don't know if I need to get the Specsavers or not, but I thought it may have clipped the post on the inside.
More importantly, lads, it's cost Gus McLeod call of the season as well.
Wow.
So there's a bit of...
I'll be making sure that still goes on social media.
He's upset too. If you can see him up here, boys. He's just
stated the big
not
fella.
happy.
Yeah. Anyway, so ball on the outer side here. Maggies have got it. Short to Stevens. So what can they work forward from here? The Rovers have got a good defensive grid set up. Stevens balks around the man on the mark, which was Wilson. He pops it up inside 50. Lavity tried to get to the front. Rovers in numbers. They did it nicely in the end. O'Brien or Grossman on his hammer. Lockie turns around. Look at that for a kick. He picks up Mitch Hardy on half-back. Allison's on the inside. He's going to go wide out to Sammy. In fact, it's forward of him. So Catapan gets it, and he goes to Sammy Murray now. Does he? Yes.
It's a dangerous slip. Catapan and Murray running at pace on the Normans Oval. Murray kicks inside 50, trying to find a teammate there, and Schulte brought it front and centre. Nice work by Alice. He was held without the ball. Batten arrived in numbers, but the umpire blew the whistle. It's going to be a free kick here for the Wangaratta Magpies, right in front of the Jacob Hino scoreboard, which shows the Rovers in front, 6-4-40 to Wangaratta, 4-3-27. Almost 20 minutes gone for Maccas as the lights start to take effect at the Norm Mins. Nice kick from Alice, finds its way to Barrett, who wants to switch at fullback. Balls with Roberts. Takes a bounce, takes a second. Wants to find a handballing target. He's got Tweedow on the left boot. It's a booming left boot. Long down the line. Clark flew high, made a contest. Anderson's got some work to do. Clever hands from Cooper onto Damon. Not his best kick. In the hands of McCloonan. McCloonan from downtown for the Magpies. That's a goal. The goal umpire won't turn that one over. Welcome back, Jimmy McCloonan.
Great pressure there from the Wangaratta Magpies across half forward. Force that turnover. Johnny on the spot, McCloonan. He's finished that beautifully from outside 50. That's a fantastic team left, just in the nick of time too, where Rovers looked like they were going to get a bit of momentum, but that was a Johnny on the spot, fantastic finish from the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yeah, just keep knocking on the door, Wangaratta Magpies, don't they? And that was just an uncharacteristic turnover from Ed Damon, who's been one of the better players on the ground, but Wangaratta looking good. They're definitely up in the inside 50 count. They've had 13 this quarter already, and Rovers only have the 8. So territory battle still, Wangs.
James McCloonan showing he's still got it after 3 years in the Ovens and King with Greeter, Lukey.
What a quarter of footy, Gus McLeod. Here's Thompson breaking away. Hardy. And he wants to come broadcast side. Booth and Bordignon. What a battle this is. Stewie wins front spot. Gets it out. Here's O'Brien. Picks it up now. Oh, gets it back to Booth. Good footy. And then lobs it up. It's set up for mark of the century. Ball goes down. Barrett. Or one-hander through it. Umpire didn't call it. Knowles gets it out the front. Here's McLoonan, the last goal kicker. And he just thumps it out. He's got a boot on him. Here's Tilly and a one-on-one with Paul. True centre wing on the far side, Ledger, and he goes over the top to Murray.
Murray for the Wangaratta Rovers on the left boot. He's racking up the 40 wings disposals inside 50. Nice contest from Tweedale. Catapan was there. Centres the ball. Top of the square. Boyd slips catch Bob Jackson, but it's in the hands of Tommy Boyd, and he's well and truly within range.
Just a little one there. Will Christie was just so clever there. He had no intentions of marking the foot. He just brought it front and centre where he knew Sam Catapan was there. And Sam Catapan put it in a dangerous position where Lockie Boyd was in front of his opponent and took the mark low to the ground. A little bit of a slips catch there, and he should go back and thread this from about 15 metres out.
So Tom Boyd, he's a genuine swingman, isn't he? Will he play forward? Will he play defence? It's a luxury the Rovers can use whichever way they want. He's the co-captain of the footy club, and he's going to kick from right in front of the Jacob Hino scoreboard. 15 metres out, tight angle, right foot kick. Tom Boyd straight to the middle, and the Rovers respond. Margins back out to 13 points thanks to CMV Truck and Bus. And Tom Boyd is really starting to work his way into this game.
Yeah, he's a superstar, Tom Boyd, and you posed the great question there, Gussie. Where does he play? He's so good in defence. He's so good up forward. But Rovers just look like they're on the same page, and it's making a really interesting game to watch. And that man, Sam Murray, just has a hand in everything. 18 disposals for him already for the half. So he's doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's straight back in the guts, Lukey. So watching one of the best players in the business.
Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks. Gus McLeod calling for the Wang Pump Shop. And Bob Jackson, boundary side for Sports Power. Bobby, if you're in the Maggie's coach's box, are you moving any magnets at all? Just hold the phone there. Here's Young bursting away inside 50. Lavity at the back, 2-on-1. Anderson joins the contest. And that ball is locked in. Sharon not coming out of there. I'll go back to you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any personnel changes that we need to make here. I think we just need to structure up and get our structures right behind the footy. I just think they're getting undone when the ball's turned over a little bit. So just working hard on the structures away from the footy.
McLernan try to have another crack at it. Scrappy in here at the moment. Oh, Cooper went off the ground. 1- score. 47 playing 33. 7-5-47 plays 5-3-33. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Rovers up.
23.5 gone here in the second term. The Rovers have got it deep in the pocket. Sam Murray, how many on the 40 winks for him?
Just had his 19th, Gussie.
He goes long down the line. Contest forms. Kennett head over the footy, left it behind. Is there a high tackle there? Umpire says no. Sharrock and also Stevens applying some defensive pressure on Mitch Hardy. Umpire's going to ball it up once again. 55 metres from Magpies goal. The Rovers prevail. Booth's got some work to do. Trying to just tap it forward to the advantage of the Rovers. He toe pokes that one. Was it out of bounds on the full? It was. So it's going to be a free kick here on centre wing. It's going to... No, it might be a boundary throw-in, Bobby J.
Yeah, boundary throw-in,
yeah,
mate.
Boundary throw-in, true centre wing on the Ovens River side. We'll go to you for Sports Power, Benalla and Wangaratta.
As I spoke to you about structures, the Wangaratta Magpies are playing a man-on-man behind the footy, so that's giving Rovers a really fast break opportunity every time they turn the ball over quickly in their own back 50. So that's something that we might just keep an eye on moving forward as well.
Hope you're enjoying the action on O&M Live. Again, if you missed it earlier today, it was the Panthers over the Hoppers at Button Park in North Albury. Lavington, too good for North Albury. Here's Barrett on half back. Cam's so reliable down back. Goes with a short one. Dan, leading possession getter for each team, thanks to 40 wings.
Thanks, Lukey. Sam Murray leading the way with 19 for them. And who I've got on here is Joel Stevens with 14.
Grossman breaks away. It's a wobbly ball. Mapleson turns around. He's caught at the back. He did well to make a contest of it. Young on the boot. Clark, he'll mark this. And he does. Or has he spilled it across the line? It's been paid.
It's been paid.
Yeah. What did you think, Bobby?
One thing that stood out to me is the hands on Tyson Young. That ball flung out of a pack situation. He had nice, clean hands and got it into a dangerous position where, Jackson Clark is a classy player. Deservedly paid the mark.
This would bring it back to a goal margin. 6 points. You wouldn't think he'd miss from here. He's just trying to get the corridor right, Jackson
50.
Clark, and it's 50. Yep. Okay.
So it's a certainty now, Luke.
It is, Gussie. So this brilliant footballer will pop it over the man on the mark. It is a goal. We'll go back to you, Dan.
Yeah, well, he's the one that's got to get going for Wayne Magpies. He's been quiet. He's only had the 5 disposals, kick to goal, Jackson Clark. If he can get going in the second half, Gussie maybe getting a few centre clearances and a few centre bounces, he could really change the tide for Wang.
Bob Jackson, thanks to Sports Power Benalla. You mentioned the hands from Tyson Young. That's a product of playing metro footy when you've got no space.
Certainly is. And it'll be interesting to see what his stats are, Dan, for this second quarter. I feel as though he's had a bit of an influence in regards to the Wang Magpies moving the ball forward.
Had 7 disposals, Tyson Young, this quarter. He's been super. Improved from the first quarter. He only had the 4. So 11 disposals for the game, and he looks really solid.
So the margin is sitting at 1 straight kick of the Sherrin in favour of the Rovers. 46 plays 40, and we're back in the middle. Thompson for the Rovers prevails from the centre contest, kicking in towards half forward. Nice work from Tweedale. Breaks away, kicks long down the line. In fact, it was Batten. Batten made a good contest, so too did Hayden. Hayden left the footy behind. Breaking away is O'Brien. On the left, chiseling the ball. The Magpies could have raffled it. And in the end, Fraser Ellis just wants to take a bit of sting out of the game. Wants to absorb a bit of this pressure. We have played almost 27 minutes here. Thanks to Mack as he kicks long down the line for the Magpies. High up and under. Got some work to do, Lavity. Good use of the body there by Cooper. Now it sits for Damon. Damon not 15. Hardy inboard. Finds Murray in the corridor.
Oh.
Jackson Clark ran him down. Mawson's concrete play of the day from the Magpies co-captain in the middle of the ground, and he plays on to Alice.
How good was that? 2 of the big names. Or Lavity, did he get pushed out of it? It's half time anyway. Now it's going to be on here, will it? What's going to happen here?
Lavity trying to milk a free
Here
kick.
we go. Cooper said something to Lavity. No,
Nothing
it's
in
fizzing out. So what a game we've got on our hands on Good Friday. At the moment, it is the Wang Rovers at halftime, 7-4.
Hold on here, Lukey. Hold on.
It is going on, is it?
You went early on the no dust up.
Yeah, righto. You wouldn't think much should happen, would you?
I reckon we'll go to the break, Luke.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we'll give it again. The Wang Rovers 7-4-46 over the Wang Magpies 6-4-40. Stick with us. We've got a monster. Second half coming up from Norm Inns. The halftime show thanks to Maccas.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
front of a big crowd here at the Normans Oval. It is the halftime show for McDonald's, and it is the Wangaratta Derby or Derby. I don't know how you want to say it, but it is a very good game at the moment. And I welcome our man on the boundary doing a fantastic job. Hasn't let off, Bobby Jackson. I've also got the number 2 stats man over there. Just down the table from me, David Wink. But I'll go to Bob Jackson first. Very interesting half of footy, Bob. I thought it ebbed and flowed. It looked like probably Rovers had the quality when they got the ball in their turns, but Wangaratta have been so brave as well.
They have been, and it's only 6 points of the difference at half time. And that was eight. There was 8 goals kicked in that second quarter, which means it's quality midfield there in Rovers with Hardy, Murray, and Thompson really flexing the muscles through the middle. But the Wangaratta Rovers, Magpies, you're exactly right, mate. They've been brave and they've responded. Tyson Young had a pretty big quarter that quarter. Matty Grossman on the wings having an outstanding duel with Lockie O'Brien. So there's some real drive coming out. Fraser Ellis was getting some important touches forward of the ball just then, and Jackson Clark, he's a class act. I think you'll see him float through the middle a little bit more as the game goes on. But it's fluctuating. If you were an independent observer, you'd think Rovers were well and truly in front, but it's a great game of footy at the moment. Yes,
I'll come back to you shortly, Bobby Jackson, with those goals from the individuals from both teams. But I want to welcome David Dawson Wink, as we call you. What did you think of that, mate? Being a spectator here today, what did you like to see from both teams?
I think it's just been a game of momentum swings from both sides. It seems sort of 5, 6, 7 minute periods that both sides have had some control and have been able to hit the scoreboard. And I think 6 points at half time is probably a fair reflection of what the game's been in this first half.
I agree. And the other thing I noticed as well, probably apart from the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, it was frantic. After that, it actually didn't look like both teams' first game of the year. Looked like they were sort of just trying to settle and get the game on turns. I thought the skill levels have actually been pretty good. There's been a few forced errors, and that's been a really good repeated pressure acts from Wang. But all in all, I actually think the skill level is very high. Mind you, we both expect these teams to be at the pointy end of the year, Bob, and take us through the goals once you get an opportunity as well.
Yeah, just off the back of that, players like Cam Barrett for the Magpies and also Xavier Allison for the Rovers, they're the two guys that they're pretty much the generals across half-back for both the clubs that are playing here tonight. And their games have mirrored each other. When in doubt, get the ball to those two guys just to calm things down a little bit and get a clean position outside your defensive 50. And both those players are having some really important touches to keep the side temperate when it's out of control. But to our goal kickers for the Wangaratta Rovers, you've got Will Christie with 3 and singles to Stuart Booth, Tom Boyd, Xavier Allison with that 50-metre penalty in the goal square, Mitch Hardy, that absolutely fantastic finish in the first quarter. And across at the Wangaratta Magpies, you've got Xavier Lavity, who's a live wire inside 50. He's kicked 3 singles to Will O'Keefe, Jackson Clark, and also James McGlurin. So the balance has been shared across the board with all the goal kickers, but it's Xavier Lavity inside forward 50 for Wangaratta Magpies is a live wire, and Will Christie, who's had 7 shots at goal, is very much a target and having a great battle with young Tweedale, Josh Tweedale down in that forward 50 for the Magpies.
That's the voice of Bob Jackson for the Sports Power Wangaratta and Benalla. David, what do you got for me?
I just wanted to pose a question to you, Dan and Bob. Which of the new recruits has caught your eye? They've obviously had a little not limited impact, but have had bursts of 4, 5, 6 minutes where they've really dominated the periods. But which one of the new players across both teams has caught your eye the most?
Well, one of our questions in the pre-match was Tyson Young, Mitch Hardy, and both of those guys seem to be standing up for both of us. Hardy's
so clean, aren't they?
Hardy's a clean operator, and Young just he seems like he's an impactful player. Like you can just whenever he gets the ball, you can see him. He's clean and he's explosive, and he kicks the ball a long way, and he's got strong hands. Whereas Hardy's just a class act, and he's that link man through the middle, but also up 40. He's such a creative player. So, stating the obvious, it's those two guys, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree. Mitch Hardy looks very classy. Now, Bob, put your coach's hat on.
We'll bowl.
In the Wangaratta.
Good from you, Bobby.
Hold on, do you ever choose to bowl first?
Yeah, we did. We having a grand final before and took the chocolate. So
more often than not, you want the bat in your hand. But let's go into the Wangaratta club rooms, Bob. And what are you saying to the boys at halftime? What are they got to do in the third and fourth quarter? Maybe from a personnel-wise, but also how they move the footy as well.
They wouldn't be hitting the panic button. They'll think that they're not too far away with it without playing their best. They just need to be cleaner, exiting D50 when they're under pressure. They just seem to be dumping the ball out and not getting any clean football coming outside their 50. So they'll want to link the ball up and get their connections moving forward a lot better. And then when they get inside 50, they want to give players like Xavier Lavity and also Aiden Tilley some space to work into, because they're pretty dangerous players if they give it a little bit of space. And we've seen that tonight already. When Tilley gets off the chain or he gets in a one-on-one position, he normally wins it. And also with Xavier Lavity, he's just got this ability to do some incredible things inside that forward 50. So the connection from the back 50 through the middle is probably something that Jason Heatley, he talked about that a lot last year, and I think he'll be bringing it up again now.
Love it, Winky. You're Sam Murray right now. What are you saying?
I think you just got to stay calm, and then that's for both camps at this stage. I mean, there's 6 points in it. You come out here 0-0 all. You got a half to play. I think Sam would just want to be taking a little bit more. Take the game on a little bit more. Be a bit braver with the ball, because we see once they link it up, we saw Sam Catapan and Sam Murray on that far side. They waited, handball, running connect, and then get the ball inside forward 50 to Will Christie. I think he'd want that a little bit more connection by hand, and then break those lines with a bit of run and pace.
Love it. That's the voice of David Wink, and joined here by Bob Jackson for Sports Power Wangaratta and Benalla. This is the halftime show for Maccas. We'll quickly go around the grounds for Everton Farm Supplies. There was another game earlier today, and that was at Bunton Park, and that was North Albury 11-13-79, getting done by the Lavington Panthers 15-10-100. Some really good youngsters for Lavington stepping up today. I think they had 7 debutants, Schneids was saying, Bobby, which was fantastic to see as well. As I go over to the A-grade netball that was done today at Bunton Park as well. North Albury were winners, 41 points over Lavington Panthers 30. And then also current game at the moment here at Norm Mins Oval, Wangaratta 30 plays Wang Rovers 19 as well. And then as we go over to the AFL, it was the Good Friday game today, and Bobby wouldn't be happy about this one. His Blues got done in the end by North Melbourne 96. Plays 86, and the game currently at Adelaide Oval that's just started between Adelaide and Dockers scores are level. That was it for around the grounds, and then as we go over to some stats as well, the main stats here, the inside 50 count, Wangaratta still leading the way there with 31 to Rovers 22. Clearances, I think the Rovers have been better, 17 clearances to 10, and then as we go over the ball winners as well, Sam Murray with 19, Kieran Parnell been reasonably quiet for his standards, only the 8 disposals. Lockie O'Brien has had the 9. Ed Damon's been super influential with 11. And Mitch Hardy, David, for the Rovers, had the 12 disposals.
Absolutely. And just, Gus, you mentioned it earlier, but Shaggy Nolan shaving off the decade-long dreadlocks for the Good Friday appeal tonight. So all the information on that can be found on the Wang Rovers website. A great cause and a great initiative from Shagger.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. We'll actually get to see his number for the first time in a long time. He actually wears number 7, which is one of my favourite numbers.
Is that right? Never seen him.
Think it. He's one of the great men, Shagger Nolan, and he's doing it for a great cause. And on that fantastic note there by David Wink, that wraps up our halftime show for McDonald's. And after the break, you're going to get the second half of this mouth-watering affair on O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
We can get it, mate. You just got to get Harrow to sign off on it. In the budget.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, next year.
Yes, it certainly is. O&M Live, half-time at the Norm Minns Oval, and it's a 6-point lead to the Rovers. 7-4-46 to 6-4-40. Big thanks to David Wink for joining the O&M Live call team on the half-time show. Thanks to Macca's with Dan Vaccaro and Bob Jackson. Dan, Luke and I were discussing during the half-time break when we were having a sandwich and some scones with jam and cream.
Oh, lovely.
And you didn't bring any up here?
No, I'm joking, mate.
Pack the thermos and
hot dogs and all that sort of good stuff. Just about the play of Tyson Young and how he's probably worked his way into the game a little bit better than Mitch Hardy. We spoke about that matchup, that head-to-head, the big recruits coming in. Looks like Tyson Young's starting to find his feet a little bit earlier, but do you reckon Mitch Hardy's getting a bit of attention?
It's almost as if you were listening to the halftime show. We had the discussion on who settled a little bit better. Tyson Young, I guess it's more so not about who settled earlier. It's the type of players that they are. So Tyson Young looks a lot more explosive to me, but he has worked himself well into the contest. He's up to 11 disposals, but he had 7 in the second quarter. So it's almost as if there was a fact-finding mission in the first quarter, and then he really looked good in the second. You made a really good point off air. The fact in him in wet weather would be unbelievable because he's so explosive. He kicks the ball. He's a massive kick of the footy. And then Mitch Hardy just looks like he's floating in and out of the game a little bit. He's probably a tough criticism, Lukey, but he looks classy. Whenever he gets the footy, he just looks classy. He looks composed, almost like that Scott Pendlebury. He's got time when he has the footy. That's the way I've seen Mitch Hardy. And obviously Tyler Young just looks like that explosive type midfielder, Gus.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch Hardy. It's been quite a footy journey, hasn't it, Gussie and Dan? I mean, Mitch Hardy from Elite Crows to the Canberra Demons, Woodville, Westfield Torrens, the Cats, of course, Geelong, the Casey Demons, and now to the Rovers. Unreal.
The thing I love about his journey is everywhere he's gone, he's tried to better his footy. It's not as if he's gone chasing coin here or doing this. Yeah. He's taken every opportunity that's presented. AFL didn't quite work out for him, so he's gone to the best local football league in the state, the SSNA Ovens and Murray Football Netball League. Bobby J's boundary side, thanks to Sports Power Benalla. And Bobby, the lights are in full effect here at the Normins.
They certainly are. And Dan Sharrock's just coming to the bench here, really proppy on that left ankle, boys. So it's a watch and see there. I was watching him late in that last quarter, and he struggled to transition from defence to offence. So he's just jumped on the table now, looking at getting some extra attention. So that's something we keep an eye on. And yes, the lights have taken full effect here, and it's not about temperature down here. So the players are playing in a good, comfortable conditions as we head into the second half.
So starting on the ball, this is a mouth-watering matchup. Jackson Clark and Mitch Hardy. Sam Murray and Joel Stevens and Tyson Young and Charlie Thompson. I mean, talk about Rolls-Royce engine rooms. That's as good as you're going to get in country footy. Umpires are just waiting for everyone to get off the ground. Sharon's in the air, and here is the third term. It's thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG with Luke Francis.
Rovers by 6 points. Here's Knowles, and as Gus McLeod said, the heavy artillery is in the middle. Here's Hayden. Left foot, just shovels it forward. Here's Cooper going back. He's going to be taken by Lavity. They want holding the ball. They won't get that. And the umpire will take it. 6-4-40. The Maggies trailing the Rovers 7-4-46. That is thanks to Harvey Norman betting. And again, the ball, in fact, it's over the shoulder call here. The umpire's picked out. It's going to Alex McCarthy. Short ball to Thompson. So they don't waste any time. And they shoot it out wide. And they go right down the line here towards half forward. Batten got rid of his opponent in Wilson. And that ball rolling, and it finds the chalk. Okay, Bobby, what are your thoughts early, mate?
Yeah,
what's going to happen in this second half for the Maggies to take the lead and really go forward from there?
We spoke about it at the halftime show. The concern and the ease that the Rovers are getting it out of their D50 would be a concern for the Magpies at this point. That was easy exit then.
Easy once again as Damon took it from the ruck, kicking inside forward, victory the hot spot, and the mark's been taken by Di Sebastiano. It's a Mawson's Concrete mark of the day on the last line of defence as he chips out wide across left half back. Fraser Ellis marks from the Magpies on the far side of the ground. Chipping ball over the top to Stevens. How many on the 40 winks for Joel Stevens?
Yeah, Jolie Stevens just about to have his 14th, Gus. He's been solid.
I'd say he's been the Magpies' best so far as he retreats the Barrett. Barrett's going to want to open up the broadcast side, the grandstand side. No, he's not. He sells a bit of candy and goes back down the Ovens River side of the ground. He finds Ellis. Now the Magpies are out. Stevens, run down tackle from Wilson. He thought he had more time, but Dylan Wilson pounced on him, and he's got the ball for the Rovers as he plays on to Murray.
He does, and Sammy goes with a long one. This might get out the back. Bouncing. Oh, it's gone through for one minus score. Christie got brought down in the goal square. So a minus score to the Rovers. They now lead by 7 points. So 47 plays 40, thanks to Harvey Norman betting. Here goes Barrett, fullback position, and he sends it back out to the Ovens River side. Knowles at the back. Free kick is paid. So Parnell went a little early in the back. Here's Tyson Young. The man on half back from the Essen District Football League, Airport West. The Reynolds medal winner from 2024 to true centre wing on the far side. O'Keefe down low to Knowles and back to O'Keefe. Sweeping hand pass, not sure who he wanted there. Probably the line and got it. Ledger sees it out. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Dan Vaccaro, some 40 winks numbers.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Sam Murray earlier. He's had 20 for the game, and new recruits as well, mentioned earlier in halftime. Tyson Young, 12, and Mitch Hardy, 12.
Boundary throw in across centre wing. Fraser Ellis spins around. Dispossessed. Nice hands there in traffic from Catapan. Philo onto Murray for the brown and gold, and Murray finds the left. To centre half forward, looking for a target. Contest forms. Spills out the back. Di Sebastiano head over the football. In defence for the Magpies, and the umpire says no prior opportunity. Will ball the footy up 45 metres out from Rovers goal. The third terms for Albury-Wodonga MG. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Damon from the ruck took it and pumped it to the top of the goal square, trying to find a target. Nice hands from Tweedale. Got a big fist, and coming through was Ellis. Was he dispossessed? Umpire said yes. And it's a free kick to the Rovers, tied up in the pocket. And it's going to be Schulte. Noah Schulte's the recipient, Bobby J, tied up in the pocket 20 metres from goal.
A really clean tackle there where the ball fell out of the disposal of the Magpies play. So that was a no-brainer in regards to paying the holding the ball decision there. So that was a fantastic execution of a tackle.
Tied up in the pocket, wrong side for a right footer. He's going to go the check side, makes decent purchase, but it is not accurate enough. It is a minor score. So the Rovers extend the margin to 8 points. They've got 2 behinds to kick-start the third term on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. And we've played just under 4.5 minutes, thanks to Maccas.
Again, if you did miss it, the Lavington Panthers with 4 points on the O&M ladder today up against the North Albury Hoppers. So they won at Bunton Park. Here's Barrett again from the fullback position. Good kick to Chris Knowles. Christie mans the mark. So Chrissy Knowles is probably just going to have to dump this out. Ooh. Tries to find Young. Oh, just a little wide. He's missed him. So it will be a free kick to Lockie O'Brien. Lockie says it was back there, umpire. The umpire said no. We'll have it here, Lockie. It's going to Ed Damon, in fact.
Very clever from Tyson Young. He knew it was Damon's free kick, forced the umpire to give it to him.
Here goes Eddie now. Slams it in there. Christie's out in the back. Big pack. Hayden could go after this. So too McCarthy. Well done by Alex. Out to Will Christie. Around his body. It's shallow. It's a behind. 3 for 1 minus score. So 49 plays 40. The Rovers are out to a 9-point lead. 49 plays 40 thanks to Harvey Norman betting.
4 goals, 3 to Will Christie. He's been everywhere today for the Rovers. As the kick from Barrett finds Jackson Clark, the co-captain at centre-half back, club room's end. Wants to kick out now to the grandstand side. Good hands from Knowles. Coming through was Thompson. The little man impacted the big man. And then Knowles took him out of bounds for a restart, Bobby J.
Yeah, I've got Will Christie for 3 there, Gus. We just might have to check our stats here, mate. But the ball's moving very, very quickly here early in the second half.
3 goals, 2. My apologies, Bobby J. No, maths was never my strongest education.
I've got your back, brother. I've got your back.
At school. Good to see the private education's going well. Damon inside forward 50, top of the goal square. Nice mark. Di Sebastiano plays on quickly, and now he finds Jackson Clark.
True half-back, the Maggies. Here's Jackson with the share. And what do you got for us, Dan?
Oh, Ed Damon's doing absolutely all he wants in that middle of the ground in the clearance contest. He's taken the ball out of the ruck 3 times.
Mr. Vaccaro for 40 weeks. He goes Young to half forward. Tilly playing in front. McQuaid's hot on his tail. Tilly just gets it out. Grossman. Was he dispossessed?
Held without it.
Okay, so perhaps a little lucky there. Matt Grossman. Ball rebounding off his chest. So Matt, he's 55 out. Who can he spot up inside 50? Through the hands. Sam Murray just wants to clear defensive lines. Now Christie's a long way from home. Tweedo tried to shove him out of the contest. Back onto it. Well done. Here's Oscar Roberts. The umpire's going to say in the back, is he, Bobby?
Yeah, in the back to Will Christie there. It looks like he's holding his leg there, boys.
Yeah, it looks to be holding his leg. Ooh. I reckon it's an ankle or a knee.
It's a knee. But he's okay. He's played on and he's gone to Philo.
Philo shakes and bakes and gets around Tweedale. We know he's good on the non-preferred, Brody. That's what he uses. The left, inside 50. Di Sebastiano came off his line, impacted the contest. Ball's in dispute. Now wrapped up in a tackle, will ball the footy up.
We better clean that up, Bobby. It looked like cramp on Christie.
Cramp, yep.
Of course, it has been hot today, Bob. We started the game in 26 degrees. As the ball comes out the back of the contest, the Magpies try and clear it. Knowles got busy. Handball at the back come from Roberts. Now they chisel the ball up towards Mapleson, do the Magpies. Handball's back to Young. Young over the top. We've got a whistle here. I'm not sure what for,
late.
Bob Jackson.
Yeah, late contact after he disposed of the footy.
On Tyson Young, I'm assuming.
Correct.
So it's going to come back to Clark. So they'll pay downfield. He's got the ball just behind the centre circle. On the edge of the cricket pitch now, there's Roberts for the Wangaratta Magpies. The switch is on. Batten's the target and he marks. Just behind true centre wing. They're trying to play chip mark here. The Magpies regather a chain of possessions. Batten, long down the line, wanting to find a contest. Lavity was left trailing. Impacting the play for the Rovers there was Allison. Now it spills towards Damon. Damon, right foot kick, long down the line. Di Sebastiano being good to start the third term. Another Mawson's concrete mark of the day at centre-half back.
Yeah, great mark. And here he goes, Lockie. He wants to get it out to the Ovens River side. Ellis Now, will he duck around here? Balk on the man on the mark. He doesn't. He chips over the top. So it's a good build-up. Clark, short to Ellis. Now here he goes. He's about to thump it in. He's going for Lavity in a one-on-one. Ball hits the ground. Lavity out the back, ends up with it somehow, some way, and he's missed it. It's gone through for a minor score. What's he got now, Gussie?
2-3 I've got, but Bob might need to check my maths.
Yeah.
I've got 3-2.
There we go. We are calling in the dark here, boys. I'll double check. 1, 2, 3. 3 goals, 2 I've got in the bird box.
Yeah, I've got your back, brother.
Good work, Guzzler.
I would like to preface this by saying we are calling in the dark.
It is very dark.
Yes.
Here.
There is no lights in the bird box.
In the light.
We don't need them on, but it is dark, so we're all good. The scoreboard is well illuminated, and that shows an 8-point lead to the Rovers after 9.5 minutes on O&M Live, thanks to Maccas. Long down the line, Mitch Hardy getting busy, feeds a handball onto the Rovers inside forward 50. Going back courageously was Booth. Arriving late was Di Sebastiano. So too was Roberts. Nolan dispossessed. Umpire said free kick. It's going to go against Shagger Nolan. It's going to go the way of Roberts. This is Oscar on the last line of defence. Wins himself a free kick for holding the footy. Kicking out wide now, finds the intended target in Fraser Ellis, who's been busy for the Magpies.
Yeah, you're right, Gussie. He's getting involved in the third term. And the Maggies, Dan, as you were saying at the half-time show, they need their big guns to get their hands on the footy now. True centre wing, far side. So here's Knowles. And Chris, oh, that was ordinary play. Damon came in and smothered it. Catapan off to Damon. Here they go, the Rovers. Here's Hardy. And he's about to send one in now, so they get a forward entry. Ball out the back, Roberts. He went after it. Ball rolling along the Norman's turf, Tweedale. Gee, that was good vision to get it out the back to Di Sebastiano under pressure. Off to Oscar Roberts, and he comes away. He has a bounce, pops it over the top. Good work. Look at this, beautiful to McLernan. Then back to Roberts. Oscar goes down the line to half forward. Lavity caught at the back. Cooper on him. And Cooper sees it out. Good defensive work. We'll go down to Bobby, thanks to Sports Power.
Yeah, the game's just starting to open up between the two arcs, hasn't it, boys? It's really some free-flowing footy through the middle of the ground for both sides. They're just zooming it around. They're just lacking that finishing quality inside 50 for both ends.
We've played 11 minutes, no goals. So hopefully the game opens up shortly on the scoreboard side of things. Here's Booth getting the ball inside 50 for the Rovers. Di Sebastiano in a one-on-one battle with Boyd. Boyd's the front runner. Did Di Sebastiano push him in the back? Umpire said yes. Free kick to Tom Boyd. 15 metres out. Caught directly in front, Bob Jackson.
50 for Lip.
Lipping off there. He played that beautifully. Boyd, didn't he? Just got goal side of his opponent, and whenever that happens, the defenders seem to get nervous. So that was beautifully played by the Wangaroo Rovers. Superstar.
So Tom Boyd, the captain, he's going to have a shot on goal here from point-blank range, and he's kicked it. So ill-discipline from the Magpies to see the ball to the top of the goal square. And the Rovers kick the first goal of the second term. They move to 8-9-55. The Wangaratta Magpies, 6-5-41, thanks to Harvey Norman betting.
There should absolutely be a free kick to Wang Magpies, though, because the pat on the head from Christie after giving the 50 was paid earlier in the game in the first half and not paid then. So that's interesting, and it was right in front of the umpire, Gus.
Was that before or after he shot at goal?
After they called the 50 and he was walking in.
Oh, dearie me, that's even more costly if they stick true to form, isn't it, really? He doesn't get the shot on goal, does he?
Yes, it was very blatant and it was right in front of the umpire.
Okay, so we recommence back in the middle. Who can win the ball at the coal face here? Damon got rid of Knowles. He's going to be called for shepherding. So Chrissy will get the kick. Here. Knowles winding up, and he sends it in. Who can take a mark down there? Clark, was he pushed out? Yes, he was, by Brodie Paul. So Jackson's going to get the kick. This could prove costly, Bobby.
Yeah, that's a defender being nervous against a real quality player in Jackson Clark. He's a superstar, and anyone who plays against him inside 51-on-1 would be nervous, and that was just a nervous act there. And Jackson Clark, an instant response to the goal that was just scored against the Magpies.
So Jackson Clark will have a shot on goal here. 55 playing 41. So the Maggies trail. He must kick this, Jackson. Quality player. One of the best midfielders in the comp. He'll strike it from 40 out. Deliberate approach. You wouldn't think this man would miss. And he has put it straight through the middle. He's an absolute star. That's a double for Jackson Clark, Dan.
Yeah, and we called for it to lift just come half-time as well. He only had the 6 disposals and a goal at half-time. He's already had 6 and a goal in this quarter, Lukey. So he has just lifted since getting that goal right on the buzzer of half-time. He's a superstar, and if Wang got any chance, he's the man that's going to bring him home tonight.
Yeah, well, you called it, Dan, and he's lifted.
Bob Jackson, boundary sign for Sports Power, Benalla and Wangaratta.
Yeah, it's continued to be an arm wrestle, isn't it? We're struggling to get a call on the flow of the game. So this might be a ball biter, boys, right to the end. So both sides are trying to get some ascendancy, and they're just struggling to get that.
55 plays 47 here on O&M Live. It's an 8-point buffer favouring the brown and gold, and we're back in the middle. Thompson breaks away from the contest, throws on the left, up to half forward. Good strong mark for the Rovers. Into the hands of Philo. Shakes and bakes. Snapping on the goal. Top of the goal square. Bit too much for Christie. And Tweedale sees it across for a minor score. So it's a rush behind in the end. Margin out to 8 points here on O&M Live. All thanks to Harvey Norman Betting. And Cam Barrett will kick in from full back. And we've got cramps here, Luke. Tom Boyd has cramps.
Yeah, you're right, Gussie. Mr. McLeod calling for the Wang pump shot. We've got Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stats. Bob Jackson on the boundary for Sports Power. Look at that. Tyson Young in front of Ed Damon, and he lets him know about it too. Bobby, look at this. Off to Grossman. They get some speed on the pill. That not so great to Knowles. They get away with it anyway. Mapleson, that was clever, to Anderson. On to Grossman, brought down. Great footy from both teams. High pressure. And we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, Tyson Young, he looks good. He's up to 16 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. Just moving into the contest perfectly.
Knowles competed hard all day, but Damon won that battle. Spills it up towards Wilson. Wilson breaks away for the Rovers on the non-preferred. Inside forward 50. Boyd still struggling with cramp. It allowed Di Sebastiano to be uncontested, and he took the mark inside D50 for the Magpies. Brings it back out to Barrett. He looks to be making his way to the interchange gates. Tom Boyd really struggling. I'm wondering if it is cramp and potentially something a bit more now. He's really battling with a calf. Barrett, kick was smothered off the boot. Will Christie was there. Pushed in the back, umpire let it go. Now Sharrock back on the ground for the Magpies. Finds the right boot. Long down the line. Flying across was Parnell. Went through his mitts. And
Christie's
happy to see
down
it
as
out
well,
of bounds.
boys. Will Christie's just gone down as well. Looks like cramp as well.
I tell you what, the pickle juice is going to go in overdrive for the Rovers, Bobby J.
It's on tap down here.
Yes.
Tommy Boyd's just coming to boundary now. He looks like he's straight to the rub-down table.
Yeah, Christie's still on the deck, and you'll just see, Dan, he did take a swig of the old pickle juice, so that was
they balled
interesting.
It out straight away, Lukey.
They did. Ellis, and sees it across the chalk. So if you've just joined us on O&M Live, 8-8-56, the Rovers are up over the Maggies, 7-5-47. You're with Bob Jackson, Gus McLeod, Dan Vaccaro, and Luke Francis at Norm Inns in the Derby.
17 minutes gone on O&M Live thanks to Maccas. Matt Hayden's gone into the ruck and the Magpies have gone inside 50. Overrunning it was Parnell. McLuhan at bootlace level. Left the footy behind. Well done by Ledger. Allison's raking handball out wide and the Rovers survive a scare. They kick long down the line. Flying high was Booth. Brought it front and centre, but there was no crummers. Wilson and Roberts in a bit of an argy-bargy here. Umpire's going to be smart here. Just bring the ball back into play. Boundary throw in, true centre wing on the broadcast side.
How good's this? There's some fire in this one. Now here's Damon and also Hayden. O'Keefe, and he just thumps it in there. Hoping for a Maggie's Guernsey. Cooper, was he being held? Lavity trying to get out the back. McLuhan brought down in a big tackle. Holding it. No time at all did Clark have. Anyway, they play on. Sam Murray's got it. They're away here, the Rovers. Look at this. Catapan's about to pounce on this. He gets it. He's about to pop it over the top to O'Brien. Here goes Lockie. Low ball going in. Look at that. You can't give the champs an inch, Bobby, because they will hurt you on the rebound.
Now, I just want to go back to that tackle across half-back, and I reckon...
Booth plays on here. So we're about to see Lockie O'Brien, and he sends it for home. This would be a magic goal. Hayden gets back with also Tweedale. Touched the line. It's gone through for one minor score.
I think Dan saw the same thing I saw with that Nathan Cooper tackle across half-back. It was like just a man tackling. Oh, boy, the wingspan on him was amazing. He just wrapped him up and he had no chance. Jackson Clark.
Nathan Cooper started the game at full forward, then after about 5 minutes went straight into defence. So wonder if that's a move we'll see a bit more in 2026. We saw it in the grand final, but prior to that, he was a key forward for the brown and gold. Long down the line go the Magpies, trying to find Di Sebastiano. Hayden was there, fed the handball to Tilly, and Tilly's away for the Magpies. Kicks up over the top of Ledger. Running is Jackson Clark. Cooper coming with pace. Was it holding the ball? You bet it was. Free kick to the captain, Jackson Clark. Incorrect disposal against Cooper, and he'll kick from 40 on a 45-degree angle.
That's payback for Jackson Clark because, as we spoke about a couple of minutes ago, Nathan Cooper wrapped him up in a ball and all tackle, and he's just repaid the favour there. It was a fantastic tackle where he pinned one arm and Coops just could not get the disposal away correctly. So Jackson Clark with a little bit of a breeze behind him. It's just starting to pick up here in the pocket here, so this should come over his right shoulder nicely.
With the breeze, where does he need to start the kick, Bob?
Just outside the right-hand goal post.
And it'll bring it back nicely. He's going to kick to the Evans Street end, looking at his third. Jackson Clark, the captain of the Magpies, really needs this one on home soil. Right foot kick, starts it out to the right, but he kicked it too hard, Bobby. Didn't allow the wind to bring it back.
Just need a little bit more float in it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a minor score. Margins at 9 points. The Rovers, they lead 8-9-57. And the Wangaratta Magpies, 7-6-48 here on O&M Live. Thanks to Harvey Norman Betting.
Yeah, so another bottler between these two clubs. They've been clashing for well over a century. How is this game going to finish tonight? There's Thompson, and he goes short to Catapan, inside ball to Parnell, and he puts the foot down. He tries to break away. Look at this. He has a bounce. He's taking them on. He's gone. Parnell's brought down. Wonderful tackle by Mapleson. How good was that? Bobby, terrific.
Yes.
And 52.
50 metres. I'm not sure what that was for, boys. I could not quite see that. But the fight the Wangaratta Magpies, they're just not prepared to give in. And this is what we saw in the grand final last year. They just want to hang in there. So if they just got enough petrol in the tank at three-quarter time, they might have a bit of a surge at this.
What a moment in the game. Now here he goes. They go in the Magpies, 52 easy. Sam Morgan to push someone out. He did. Wow. Huge, Bobby.
Yeah, it was just a slight touch in the back. It was enough to force a free kick, and Tyson Young played that beautifully. Just he felt the touch and felt the contact in the back half, and that did just weak at the knees and did the rest.
Just on that 50, it was Brodie Filer who come in late and give a bit of a hip and shoulder, Lukey. So that's a coach killer that's resulted on a shot on goal from something that simply didn't need to happen.
This would bring it back to 3 points. So let's have a look. Tyson Young, what a star this guy is. And he puts it right through. And look at the Maggies swoop to him. Wow. So 57 plays 54. And the Maggies hit back, Dan.
Yeah, and Tyson Young is getting stronger and stronger every quarter he's playing, Lukey Francis. He's up to 18 disposals and kicked a goal. We talked about him at halftime. He looks to be explosive, but he looks to be carrying this Wang team this quarter, along with Jackson Clark. We called for him to do something at halftime.
No, Dan, you called for him. You called for him.
And he kicked a goal as well. So the big names for Wangaratta Magpies are getting it done for them at the moment.
Bob Jackson, boundary side. What's the latest on the cramping from both camps?
Yeah, Ed Damon's getting some work done on the boundary line as we speak, and so's Tom Boyd. He's just getting his calf worked on at the moment, so I'll just keep an eye on that. And on the Wangaratta side, we have got Jack Mapleson on the rub-down table as well. So there's all hands on deck down here, boys.
Inside 50, came via Knowles. Now they exit through the Rovers. Spills around into the hands of Stevens for the Magpies, kicking to the top of the goal square. Where's Tilly? He was left out the back. And marking was Jakes McQuaid on the last line of defence for the Rovers. Margin sits at 3 points, 57-54. We've played 22 minutes on O&M Live.
McQuaid clearing kick out of the fence. Nolan going in low. Can't miss him with those dreadlocks. There was Young. And then Barrett ends up with it. Trying to duck around Thompson. Great work from Cam to get it out to Jet Roberts. He goes back to Cam. Barrett breaks away, left foot. Now he's gone very wide here for Grossman. Is that stayed in play or is it out on the full? It's out on the full. Okay, so the Rovers waste no time in sending it right up the line. This might be out in the full as well. It is. So a bit of scrappy play here from the last few moments on the Ovens Riverside.
Bit of ping pong there, Bob.
It is, and it's a long way over there, boys, for people who've got poor eyesight, isn't it? You were almost playing on the Hume Highway over there.
So the Rovers lead by 3 points, thanks to Albury and Ongar MG. And the Magpies have it centre wing, Ovens Riverside of the ground. They find Knowles. Knowles ignored the handballing option in Young. And just takes a bit of sting. Not happy with that, were you, Dan?
No, they could have moved a bit quicker there, especially Young.
Knowles, from a standing start, the big ruckman, kicks to the hot spot. Flying was Tilly, made a contest. Lewis was run down by Stevens. Turnover to Tyson Young. Can he kick back-to-back goals? He can't, but it's the next best result, I reckon. A boundary throw-in deep into attack for the Wangaratta Magpies after 23 minutes. Go, Bob Jackson.
I reckon if Tyson had his time over there again, he would have tried a drop punt from that distance. The snap was a fair way out from there, so I reckon if he had his time over again, he would have tried the old drop punt straight through.
Yeah, Tyson Young, he's having an impact in his first game in the O&M whistle.
Ruck infringement. Someone took it that wasn't the nominated ruckman.
The old ruck Raffalay. Here's Philo handing it to Cooper. Back to Philo. So here goes Brodie. And he'll put this on the boot now, and he goes with that long kick. That's about a 50 to 50 mile. A drop punt, or Roberts came over the back. Play goes on. Di Sebastiano fought it out the front and got it back. Breaking away Catapan to Philo. Short to O'Brien. Lockie now, he's going to switch this. Damon, is he on? He's got to go here. Coming off Mapleson. Look at this. Wonderful work. Can he hit a target at true centre half forward? Good contest. Gee, they're going in now. Look at this. O'Brien ends up with it. Gets away from McLernan. Dances. Still got him, McLernan. O'Brien goes with a kick. Ends up in the hands of Tyson Young. He's brought down. He might be gone here. He is. And the Rovers will get it.
He marked and went to play on straight away, Bob. He was running at full tilt, but it went to his disadvantage. We've lost Bob.
Sorry, boys. I'm just trying to count the guys with cramps at the moment. They're coming off left, right, and centre. Josh Tweedwell, he's in real strife. He's coming off with cramp, and it looked like there was another player over the far side where I just can't quite see who that was, had cramp as well. So I'm just trying to count the casualties here as we get close to the three-quarter time.
I think that'll be two.
Dropping like flies. Murray finds Allison across half-back for the Rovers. No one to really go to, so he stops and props and chips the ball to Catapan. We're taking Catapan's numbers for 40 winks, Dan?
We're not, sorry, Gussie. I can give you someone just as good, though. Mitch Hardy. He's up to the 16 disposals on the 40 wink stat sheet.
Thanks, Dan. Nice kick there from Catapan. Just Mr. Reliable, isn't he, Sam Catapan? Always does what the Rovers need him to do. Chiseling ball, right on cue. Is Justin Lewis, another man that stands up week after week, a youngster who's now a two-time premiership player. Ledger fed the ball to Murray across half-back, and this is kick mark from the Rovers.
27 for Murray.
He goes inboard, finds the intended target. And it's in the hands of Mitch Hardy. Number 15 for the Rovers, another 40 winks disposal. And now he finds Philo.
Yeah, 3 points in it, hey. Rovers up. Look at that kick from Philo. What about the vision? Parnell, can he get back around? He can. Now, can he find? That is brilliant. He's found Booth. In fact, it's Wilson out there. That was wonderful footy. I'll change it back. Is it Wilson or Booth?
It's Booth.
It is Booth.
The vision from Brodie Philo there across half-back. They just held the ball until something popped up. They played possession footy just to take the sting out of it. And then our man Brodie just saw something open up on the far side of the ground. And it was a fantastic kick, and you caught it well, Luke.
Okay, Bobby, so what an important kick on goal here at three-quarter time. Stewie Booth, can he just give the Rovers a touch of breathing space? 35 out, he likes it. He loves it, Stewie, they've got it. Gee, they're a good team. Can they keep going in the final term? That's the question. So that's a double for Stewie. 63 plays 54. 9-9-63 plays 8-8-54 at three-quarter time. This is O&M Live from Norm Mins, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
AT Job.
We're clear. Thank you, Mark. Rovers by 7 at quarter time.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
Three-quarter time at the Norm Mins Oval, and the Wangaratta Rovers lead by 9 points over their cross-town enemy. We'll go to Tampa for the quarter's best, thanks to Border Switchboards.
New boy Tyson Young looked good, Gus. He had 9 that quarter. Every single quarter he's getting better. He had 4 in the first, 7 in the second, and 9 this quarter, and a goal as well. He's up to 20 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's my man tonight. He's been super. And over the board, I've really loved Ed Damon's game all night, but especially that quarter there. He had 6 disposals, but he was influential. Every single ruck contest, I reckon he won. He took it out of the ruck probably about 3 or 4 times as well, Lukey. He is a superstar, Gus.
2 goals apiece to the Rovers and the Magpies in the third term. Boyd and Booth for the Rovers and Clark and Young for the Wangaratta Magpies. We are going to do our best to catch up with Bob Jackson and an assistant coach from the Black and White. Bobby's just doing his best work as the Magpies huddle spill out very quickly. I think
I'm just working my way over to assistant coach Damien Lappin, and I might do a walk and talk here.
Just get a player. Get Di Sebastiani to stroll past you.
He's going to catch up with Lappo. Lappo, of course, is the midfield coach, Dale Lappin, and he's working tirelessly with a very strong on-ball brigade. Stevens, Sharrock, Clark, Mapleson. We'll go to Bobby J now. Looks like he's about to catch up with Lappo.
Yeah, got the assistant coach here, the big fella, Damien Lappin. Mate, what was the coach's message there at three-quarter time? The game's up for grabs, mate.
Oh, we just gave him an easy one there at the end, and we're right in this game, and just keep being brave and keep fronting up to each contest.
Yeah, that's one thing we've noticed is the heart of the Magpies. They just keep hanging in there. They're just waiting for the game to open up in their favour.
Yeah, look, they're a great bunch of blokes with big hearts, and I think you've seen that over the last 18 months. So really looking forward to this last 30 minutes here. It's going to be fantastic.
Well done, mate. Thanks very much, coach.
Lappo, of course, Dale Lappin, the assistant coach of the Wangaratta Magpies. He's running the bench for the Magpies as well. He's got a big job to do. Lukey, who wins from here? The breaks have seen margins of 7, 6 and 9, all under 10 points in favour of the Rovers. Can the Maggies be in front when it matters?
I think they can, but I think, look, I've gone for the Maggie, so I can't swap now, Gussie, but will the experience of a team that's played in 2 premierships in succession be enough to get them across the line?
David Wink is tirelessly texting away down there. He might be getting his homework ready on the 40-wing stat sheet. We've got Dan Vaccaro up in the box. Dan, who wins?
I'm actually going to change my tip, Gus. I just reckon Magpies, they've been behind at every break. A little bit of heartache from last year, obviously, in the granny. I reckon they're going to overrun them. I'm going to bat Magpies. It wouldn't be a derby without a twist in the tail, Gus.
Bobby J, and we need a pickle juice update. Have they got enough down there?
They've just ordered another pallet in for both sides. I've just had a quick chat to the Wangaratta Magpies' new runner in Buff Carmody, and he reckons he's flying on top of the ground. So I said I'm going to keep a close eye on him. But, yeah, I'm with Dan. I reckon there's going to be another couple of twists in the tail here before we're done here tonight, boys. But I'm going to stick fat with the reigning premiers.
And you know what? We've got a full moon just to really add another element to things under lights here at the Normins Oval. The fourth quarter, thanks to KFC, is about to get underway. The Rovers kicking to the Evans Street end, the Magpies kicking to their fans. Here's Luke Francis to bring home the final term on O&M Live.
It's the Rovers by 9 points. Knowles and Damon again. Here's Young. She's played a good game tonight. Thompson off to Murray, shoots it out the back to Xavier Allison. Comes laterally to McMonigal. Takes the mark. So the Rovers just backward of centre wing, broadcast side. What a final term we're going to get on O&M Live. As they say in the classics, do not go anywhere. Sammy Murray, big switch on, gets to Jace McQuaid. There's only probably one man on the ground, Dan, that could pull off that switch.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's had 29 disposals as well, Sam Murray.
O'Keefe caught at the back. Here's Grossman trying to get rid of his man. Lockie O'Brien, front spot. Look at this, great work from Schulte out the back. And they go right down the other side. Here's Parnell now. Gets it on the boots. A top spinning kick. Jet Roberts takes the mark. He's had a pretty handy game for the Maggies. And he wins possession.
Certainly does. On the Ovens River side of the ground. It is the far side of the ground here. And a bit tough to see under lights. Ball's now in the hands of Cam Barrett. Across left half back for the Magpies. He's going to retreat to full back. Finds the intended target in Batten. He's been good today, Dan.
Yeah, I've really liked his work. And also Cam Barrett, who just had the footy then. His kicking skills have been superb as well, Gus.
Long down the line, Di Sebastiano's got some work to do. Front possession there went the way of Catapan. Now at the back of the contest was Schulte, chipping ball over the top. In fact, it was McMonigal. And the mark has been taken here by Stevens. How many 40 wings for Joel Stevens?
Joel Stevens has just had his 19th then, Gus.
Roberts plays on, make this 20 for Stevens. Handballing over the top. Found a teammate in Roberts in Oscar. And we got a free kick for a throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, boys.
Nonetheless, the Rovers have possession of the footy. It's in the hands of Schulte.
Smack bang in Norm Mins and Noah Schulte. Roberts has got to go back with the flight. He was met by Hardy, Wilson. Jet goes again. Look at that. Beautiful. To Cam Barrett coming off half back. Spears one in to Tyson Young. How many now, Dan?
Just about to have his 21st, Lukey Francis.
Thanks to 40 Winks. We've got Bob Jackson for Sports Power. Also Gus McLeod calling for the Wang pump shot. Ordinary kick. Turned over. Here they come through Sam Catapan, the Rovers. They're about to fire it in inside 50. Christie caught between two players. Swings around on the boot. Bouncing towards goal. How's it gone? Through for one minor score. So 64 plays 54. It's a 10-point lead of the Wang Rovers on the Border switchboard scoreboard.
3-3 for Will. I've got Bobby J.
Yeah, I'm not going to back you on that one.
Okay. What do you got?
3-4.
3-4. Well, I reckon Will's going to want my stats there instead of yours, Bobby.
I'm trying hard to back you, brother.
It's all right. It is getting dark here. That's why we cross-reference on O&M Live.
Yes, mate.
Free kick here for Stewie Booth for a holding the ball, Bobby J.
Yeah, well, it's just a little bit slow to get rid of it. You know, the mistakes might pile up here in the end.
So Booth's going to play on. Set start at the top of the square for the Rovers, looking to find Damon. Di Sebastiano left it behind. Thompson was lurking. The Magpies try and clear it as far as they can. Big contest forms. Spills the way of Roberts. Head over the football now. Well done. Good contest. Umpire says give it here. We'll ball the footy up. Sam Murray was pouncing there. He really wanted a free kick. Not going to get one. Nice work from Lockie Kennett at the bottom of the pack.
Dan, in a low-scoring game, if the Rovers get one here, here's their opportunity. Di Sebastiano knocks it out of bounds. Good play. I was just going to say, if they get one here to really sting.
Oh, it will. And such a professional outfit as well, Rovers. If they get ahead in this last quarter by another kick, it's going to be hard for Wang.
Boundary throwing. Knowles, Christie, great work. Left foot. Is that going for goal? No. Touchback there by Tweedo. And it's gone through for a minor score.
I got 3-5 for Will Christie, Bob.
What do you got, Bobby?
Yes, Gus, you're right on the money, bro.
Third time lucky, hey.
What if you're both wrong?
We're in for it. 65 plays 54 here on O&M Live. The Rovers lead 9-11 to 8-6. We've played 4 minutes here thanks to Maccas. As the Magpies bring it out to our broadcast side, Damon and Tyson Young. Tyson Young won the contest. Got it going the Magpies' way. Stevens applied a crunching tackle. Umpire calls to the Sharon and will ball the footy up. What's the best, Dan? Thanks to 40 Winks.
Well, Tyson Young's been one of the best. He's up to 22 disposals and a goal on the 40 Winks stat sheet.
Damon, busy in the ruck, won the contest. Knowles got the Sharon. Bob Jackson.
Tyson Young just got decapitated.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Has the umpire found it too? I reckon he has.
He's Big Knowles, he's just got a free kick for a late dumping.
Yeah, Catapan. It wasn't clever.
No.
Love that Tyson Young just gets on with things. He's not a midfielder that puts his hands up and sulks. He just gets busy. In the hands now of Big Knowles. Been gallant in the ruck today for the Magpies. Kicking long down the broadcast side wing. Not his best kick. There were too many Rovers there. One of them was Ledger, and he intercepts for the brown and gold.
Charles, true half back flank. What's your best, Dan? Thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, well, the inside 50 count. Rovers up to 40 inside 50s, and Wangaratta have had the 42. So close, very close contest, Lukey Francis.
Yeah, they're high numbers. Knowles, beautiful kick to Dan Sharrock. Now he's got Barrett out. He's about to hit him now. Who's he got down the line? He's about to shift it to O'Keefe. Can he get there? Bounces before him. Gets it now. Handball's over the top. Lavity will do something special here. Handball's back. Anderson back to Lavity. Tried to squeeze one out. Tilly coming through. So to McQuaid. Mapleson went through like a train. Free kick. Who's it going to?
It's on the boundary line.
Yeah, so Lavity's over there. Let's see who's on the turf. Now it's well and true. This is getting onto the bitumen here, so this is a little dangerous.
Yeah, Lavity and Allison at the bottom of the contest. We know that Xavier plays with fire, and he plays on the edge.
Yeah.
I reckon he's getting retaliation now.
So temper's boiling over here at Norm Mearns. Just fizzing out a little now. And Jet Roberts is back there having words.
Good from the leaders of both camps there, just to settle things down. We've still got about 20 minutes of footy to go here. So good work from the leaders of both footy clubs there just to settle things down.
Yeah. You'd rather hit the canvas than hit the bitumen over there.
And it is Lavity's kick too, in the midst of all that.
Yeah, we know that he's very good in these situations, Xavier Lavity. How many we got him down for, Gussie?
3, kicking for 4.
So this would give him 4 on the night and bring the Maggies back within 5 points. He usually doesn't miss these, Xavier. He doesn't miss. He just puts them straight through. And he pumps them up in front of the bar. That's a steer line goal of the day. They're back within 5.
He is a super talent, Xavier Lavity. There is no doubt in that. He has been one of the most influential players on the ground. Whenever they go forward, he is there, Xavier Lavity. So great finish by him, Bob.
Yeah, he's really stamped himself as from the level he finished off last year to a really quality pre-season with the Collingwood Football Club down in Melbourne. You can see the benefits from it, can't you? Really, he's every time he's near the footy, something happens.
Pickle update, Bobby J, cramping update.
Yeah, it's a little bit quiet down here at the moment, so there's just the little bit of to and froing from stoppage to stoppage sort of calms things down a little bit out here.
65 to 60, the Rovers lead thanks to border switchboards. Back in the middle of the ground, Sharrock for the Magpies on the right boot, up towards the half-forward flank. Flying across the contest, the Rovers have numbers. Well done from O'Brien. Fed it backwards to Allison, who dumps it down the line. Sharrock got busy in the contest. Spills towards Nolan for the Rovers. On Catapan's boot, long down the line. Clever from Thompson. Tapped it over the top. Di Sebastiano's there for the Magpies. Found his former Airport West teammate in Young. And the Magpies go long down the line to a contest. Cooper with a toe poke from midair. Now back on the right boot. Inboard to the corridor, the Magpies have numbers. Philo was taken without it. Umpires put the whistle away. McCarthy found Murray and the Rovers break away.
Here he goes, Sammy. Low driving ball forward. Maggie's Di Sebastiano. Who's he got out the side? Ellis. Wonderful footy. They want to switch it back. Nice work. They hold up again. And then Roberts. That's Oscar to Jet. And Nola mans the mark. 65 plays 60. The Rovers up by 5 points as Oscar Roberts takes it again. So the play is slowed right up here. Bobby, these players would be gassed.
They are gassed, and it just looks like the Magpies are the more controlled team with the footy in the hand at the moment. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it the same way, but whenever they seem to get the footy, they just seem to be a bit more in control.
Sam over the top to Parnell, dancing, got around Young. That handball was deflected. O'Keefe sees it out. True centre wing, far side. Let's go to Mr. Vaccaro.
Well, he's done a couple of things tonight, Kieran Parnell, but hasn't been at his best. He's had 11 disposals, but that man, Sam Murray, 31 disposals for him now on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's been super. Mitch Hardy still on the 17 disposals for the game, and Tyson Young, 23 and a goal for him.
The Rovers lead by 5 for border switchboards at the 10-minute mark of the final term. Philo up to half forward. Well done by Roberts. Got a crucial fist. Ellis overran the football. Sharrock was calm and composed. Found the right boot and kicks to centre half forward. Nice strong mark. Lewis, he's gone to a new level this year. He's been really impressive, the youngster from Corowa. Breaks away and kicks out towards the grandstand. Trying to find a target. Well done, Ellis. Fraser Ellis for the black and white. Standing up and getting a crucial fingertip in front of Mitch Hardy. The ball goes out of bounds in front of Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
Yeah, Fraser had to go there. Mitch Hardy was on the fly. That would have been a simple chest mark, but he had to go and he put his team first.
Arm wrestle now. Who'll catch a break in this Super Round 1 contest? Brody pulled very close to the line. Di Sebastiano met it. Touched out of bounds. That umpire was right on the mark, Dan.
Yeah, he was. It's been really well adjudicated, the game today, and that man, Tyson Young, on screen, 23 disposals and a goal for him. Jackson Clark, he's had the 13 and 2.
9-11 plays 9-6. Rovers up by 5 points thanks to border switchboards. Final turn for KFC. Damon knocks it out. McCarthy, there's Allison going in. He's taken by the Maggies, wrapped up, and we will have a stoppage.
9-11-65, the Rovers to the Magpies, 9-6-60 on the border switchboard scoreboard. Damon won the tap. McClellan took it and was set upon quickly by McCarthy. We'll have another stoppage. On the edge of the centre square. In attack for the Rovers. Damon's been superb. Found the ball down towards Murray. The coach finds the left boot with the penetrating inside 50. Christie, second bite of the cherry, got it. Too big, too tall, too strong for Tweedale. And Bobby J, what was the ooh-ah all about?
Sammy Murray just went on with it with, might have been Mabelson by the looks of it. He just gave him a bit of a shove and pushed him to the ground. But the coach is, he's getting desperate. And when the game's getting desperate, he impacts himself in the game. Just a quick injury update. Tommy Boyd's down here with his ankle in ice, boys. So he looks like he's out for the game.
So maybe not cramp after all for Tom Boyd. Will Christie kicking in his 4th. All have been at the Evans Street end. This to extend the margin to 2 kicks. How desperately the Rovers need this buffer. Will Christie comes in and he's shanked it.
Gee.
He shanked it off the boot. 3-6 for Will Christie this evening as the Rovers move to 9-12-66. The Magpies 9-6-60. It's a 1-kick ball game here thanks to KFC. Still plenty of time. We played 12 minutes on O&M Live.
Yeah, wow. That could be a telling moment, Dan, in this game.
Well, who's going to call the draw, Lukey?
Exactly. Okay, McLuhan over the top, sends it to centre wing, Ovens Riverside, Cooper and also Clark. Here's Ledger going at it. Jackson has another crack at it. Swung over his head. Now Murray's away here. Here goes Philo. Brody, he's being tracked down. Just got his kick away to half forward. Good mark. Now they play on quickly. Here they go through Wilson. Sending it in. It might be a goal. Is it? No, it's missed. It's a behind. 7 points the margin now. Rovers up 67-60 thanks to border switchboards, and we've gone 12.5 final term.
You just get the feeling Sam Murray's just starting to insert himself a little bit more in this contest the last couple of minutes. He's up to the 33 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So ball's in the pocket now for the black and white. It's in the hands of Di Sebastiano. 67-60 is the score here. The Rovers do lead the Magpies. Long down the line. Sitting in the front spot there was Hayden. Punched forward there by Ledger for the brown and gold. Coming off his line was Barrett. Spiked it in towards a bit of space. Now it's in dispute. Roberts showing poise, the youngster. That was a nice kick from Jet. Kicks out wide and he finds McLuhan. They go down the Evans River side of the ground, the Ovens River I should say. Clark's breaking away for the Magpies. Kicks to Lavity at the top of the goal square. Cooper's there with the golden fist. All class from Nathan Cooper. Saved a certain look on goal. Across the face now for a minor score margin back to a kick.
Yeah, beautifully called by Gus McLeod for the Wang Pump Shop. Dan for 40 winks.
I thought Jackson Clark was just going to put it right in front of Xavier Lavity there, but Jackson Clark, 14 disposals and 2 goals for him for this game. Been really solid, especially in the second half, Lukey.
Rovers defensive 50 through Charlie Thompson. Very good footballer. Now the Maggies have stacked them up. Thompson with nowhere really to go. So he goes back to Parnell again.
He would have had close to 30, I reckon, Charlie Thompson.
In fact, it's Brody Paul over in the back pocket. Out wide they go to Catapan, and he goes up the line with a 25-metre kick. Well done. And Lockie O'Brien gets it on his boot. Beautiful. They're away here now, the Rovers. They go in forward, low ball. Christie. That was fantastic move it down the Ovens Riverside, Bobby.
Yeah, they're just getting free at the right time, weren't they, on that far side there, and they got the ball in the right hands and a nice clean entry to this fella who just has provided a target all night long, and he's having close to his 10th shot on goal here.
Yeah, wow. So, Gussie, this would make it, again, 2 even kicks. Adjacent to the scoreboard on a beautiful night in the northeast. So, Will Christie, such a highly talented player. Can he put this one through? 35 to 40 out, hard up against the line. It's an ordinary kick. It's going to be knocked through for 1 minor score. So 68 plays 61 now. Rovers up over the Maggies.
What happened there, Bob?
There's getting a message down here that didn't quite agree with the treatment that he was getting. I'm just trying to see who he's on the rub down table. He's not real happy. I'm not going anywhere near him. He's a bit angry.
So it is, after all that, 68 to 61, the Rovers lead. Nice mark by Batten, just forward of half back in front of the grandstand here. He's got the running carry with Ellis. Ellis plays on, uses the left boot, long down the line trying to find Knowles. Spills out the back for Lavity, clever. Tapped it through his legs. Umpire's paid a push in the back here. I reckon it's going to go the way of Lavity.
What?
He got a push in the back. It must have been after he disposed
I thought he was
the ball.
going to call it for a throw,
So did
to be
I.
honest.
So did I.
I don't know what for, but Lavity's the recipient. 55 from home, called to play on.
Oh.
He goes to Torp, and that's just ignorance. Had to centre the ball. Got a bit selfish there, Xavier Lavity. Out of bounds on the full. A chance goes to begging at the 16th minute mark here on O&M Live, thanks to KFC. And maybe, just maybe, that might be the footy gods looking after the Rovers there, Luke.
Yeah, possibly, Gussie. Here's Alex McCarthy, short to Sammy Murray. Back pocket the Rovers. They're up by 7 points in the final term. We're going, oh, look at this. Allison just got there in time. In fact, it wasn't paid. Gee, that's big. Clark, high pressure from him. Great work. Ball's gone across the chalk, 40 around from goal at the club room's end.
It's getting very tense. It's getting very tense here, and Sam Murray just had a hand in that play with Allison as well. He's been super today. 35 disposals for him on the 40-wing stat sheet.
We're going close to 17. Here's Tweedo getting it down in front. Ball locked away, clamped in. Another stoppage.
Each quarter's gone for 27 minutes up there, boys, but with only 1 goal kicked in this last quarter, it could be a little bit shorter than that.
Another stoppage will come here as Thompson was set upon quickly. Will ball the footy up. 68 to 61. The Rovers lead the Magpies, and the Magpies are in attack. At the back of the contest, Brody Paul head over the footy. Appeals to holding the ball from the Magpies. They're going to get it. Brody Paul dragged it in.
Wow.
Free kick to Matt Hayden. 40 metres out. Tight angle, Bob.
Yeah, that was out of my eyesight over there, boys. I couldn't quite see what was going on, but yeah, sitting over the footy like that, you're playing with fire, aren't you, really?
Did you think it was there, Dan?
It looked to be. It looked like he dragged it in, and they're going to have a set shots. Very tough angle here, Gussie.
So ball's in the hands of Hayden. He plays a vital role as the third tall for the Magpies. Can he add to that with a goal? He's going to kick all the 50 metres. Right foot kick is missing to the right-hand side. It's a minor score, and the margin is back to 1 straight kick. 62 plays 68. The Rovers lead for KFC. We've played 18 minutes in the final term.
How's the pressure, Dan? This is fantastic.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's exactly what you'd expect from these two teams, Lukey.
Oh, yeah. Here's Philo. Defensive 50 for the brown and gold. On Derby night, 26. Opening round. Here goes Brody. And he winds it up. And he sends it to centre wing. Knowles backing back. Ordinarily took it in. Roberts, that was Jet. Knowles goes again, gets it out to Di Sebastiano, over the top to Batten, tried to get Young, missed him, Schulte came in, here's Hardy, spins around, nice work to McCarthy, right foot sends it to half forward, can Schulte get out the back, good work from Oscar Roberts, he's brought down, won't be a sling tackle, umpire wants it, a ball up favouring the Evans Street end.
Fantastic contest there. If the ball got out the back, Rovers are away, he had to keep it in front, fantastic stoppage there by Roberts.
Oscar Roberts been a find, this young Magpie. His brother Jet's been pretty handy as well. Umpire calls for a stoppage. Nice tackle from McClellan on Charlie Thompson. 68 plays 62 here, approaching the 20-minute mark for KFC. In the middle of the ground, Sharrock feeds it onto Grossman. Grossman wants real estate. He gets plenty of it inside 50. Murray back with the flight. Lavity looks dangerous at bootlace level. Young and Murray, free kick, going the way of the Rovers.
Dive forward.
Yeah.
Going the way of the Rovers, Sam Murray. Dan Vaccaro, you saw that one. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, Murray, he was smart about it. As soon as he got a little bit of contact, Gussie just threw himself forward and the umpire fell for it. In the back.
Yep. Caught it perfectly, Dan Vaccaro. Damon caught at the back. Oh, heavy clash. Grossman, Damon, here's Nolan. Smart little touch to O'Brien. And they work it towards half forward. Di Sebastiano picks it up now. Who's he got back in the corridor? Beautiful kick to Mapleson. Nearly held it. Hardy after it. Well done from Mapleson, back on the footy being held. So the Maggies, well, they've got to do something soon. At the moment, they trail by a goal. Look at that for a kick. Picking out Cam Barrett. And he's going to play on. Clark short. Gets him. Wow, Bobby, that was wonderful.
He's been super tonight, Cam Barrett. He just drifted forward there, forward to centre, where he's hasn't been too much tonight. He's always been back half, but that was fantastic delivery inside 50 to his skipper, Jackson Clark. He's been outstanding tonight, Cam Barrett.
What do you reckon, Dan? Are you backing Jackson Clark in?
Well, before we go to Jackson Clark, the follow-up work for Mapleson to get that free kick after the drop mark and get it to Jackson Clark. But to answer your question, I'm backing him in.
Okay, this to square the ledger in the derby. Jackson Clark. 45 out, comes in now, in front of the bar. What's he done? He's just missed it. Okay, so it's back to 5 points. Yeah.
Both teams have been a bit inaccurate, wasting their chances, Bob.
Yeah, they certainly have, mate. The opportunities in this last quarter, particularly when the pressure's on, both sides have sort of missed their opportunities to put the majors on the scoreboard.
9-14 to 9-9. It's 68 to 63. The Rovers lead for KFC. And the ball's deep in defensive 50 in the hands of Nathan Cooper for the Rovers. He kicks long down the grandstand side of the Norm Mins Oval. Whistle early, it's a hold, and it's going to go the way of Charlie Thompson. We're not taking his numbers today, but he's been everywhere for the Rovers. Of course, he won our O&M Live MVP in 2025.
Just a quick one, boys, a bit of an update. Michael Bordinho hasn't played a minute of the second half. He's been out of the game with a hamstring, I do believe, and so they've been down a rotation, the Magpies, in the second half.
Philo got the ball from the stoppage, breaks away on the right boot. Well-measured pass inside forward 50, and he's got Hardy. Now, Mitch Hardy's well and truly within range. You'll have to kick it from a pretty tight spot, Bob. 45 metres out. 5 metres in from the boundary line.
Yeah, he'll have to aim for the right-hand goal post here and just drift it through. But that was a fantastic kick by Brody. Brody's moved on the forward. Yeah, experienced campaigners around the ball and behind the footy. Sam Murray's played predominantly cross half-back this last quarter, and Brody spent a lot of the time on the ball.
How many for Hardy?
Mitch Hardy has had the 21 Gus and a goal.
Can he add a goal to kickstart a fantastic career in the ovens? And Murray, take a bow, Mitch Hardy. Touched. Oh, I thought it went through. Accuracy wasn't a problem, but Cam Barrett got a fingertip. 69 to 63. Barrett plays on and the Magpies go down the line.
Yeah, one goal in it. Unreal. Tyson Young. Now he wants to play on quickly, and he sends it down inside 50. Lavity 2-on-1. Murray takes the mark. Big Sammy. How many, Dan?
Sam Murray's had 37.
Thanks to 40 winks. Here's Damon, true half back for the Wang Rovers. So 9-15, 69 plays, 9-9, 63 on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. We're in the final term, so we're gone 23. Rovers with the lead, Gus.
Haven't kicked a goal this term, the Rovers.
There you go.
And there's 2 minutes left. Gents?
Yeah. So they wind it up and they send it down the line to a pack of players. Knowles was down there and the ball's gone out of bounds.
Bobby J, what's the latest at boundary level as the clock hits 23.5 for KFC?
I think the lack of rotation is starting to catch up with a few of the Magpies. There's a few blokes off here with cramp and tiredness and fatigue, so it's starting to catch up with the Magpies.
Lavity, the only goal kicker in the final term. Ball's in dispute on the far side. Catapan's there for the Rovers. Kicks them in towards attack. Di Sebastiano came off his man, intercepted, but his kick was an absolute mongrel punt. Out of bounds on the full. I reckon he got pushed as he went to kick it. Nonetheless, the outcome doesn't favour the Magpies. It's in the hands of Catapan. True centre wing, Ovens Riverside. Catapan plays on now. Kicks the Rovers into a shallow entry. Nice contest. Looks like Tilly's gone behind the ball. Hardy running towards goal. Mitch Hardy for the Rovers. Is that the ball game? Gee, it'll be close. Welcome to the Rovers, Mitch Hardy. Big moment, big goal. Rovers extend the margin to 2 kicks.
Fantastic finish. He's a quality player, and as you said, welcome to the Ovens Murray, Mitch Hardy. This competition just keeps dragging in the big names, and he's another one of that long list of quality players that keeps coming to our competition and making it better. That's a fantastic finish. I can't wait to see what this guy produces for the season.
Yeah, I think I've seen enough, boys, to say Mitch Hardy's going to be a superstar. He's finished with 20, well, not even finished yet, but he's had 23 and kick 2, plus the sealer, I'm going to call it, Gussie. He's been superb.
Back in the centre. So how will this game finish out? There's Knowles. They've got a handy break now, the Rovers, as they send it forward, and that is in fact it. They've done it. The heavyweight champs are too good and open their account in season 2026. They take the points, 10-15-75 to the Wang Magpies, 9-9-63.
Great game of footy, and the Rovers, well, they led by 7 points at quarter time, 6 points at half time, 9 points at three-quarter time, and 12 points when the final siren went. It was an arm wrestle all day, but the Rovers run out on top. Luke Francis, what a game of footy that was.
It was an absolute belter, Gussie, and we wouldn't expect anything less from these two teams. We travelled down the highway today to see a super spectacle of footy, or expect one, and that's exactly what we got, Dan Vaccaro.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Luke. You hit the nail on the head. It looked like two teams. It wasn't round one. It looked like they've actually been playing for a few weeks already. So the skill level was pretty good. The ball movement was good in patches as well. It's just the wrestle of momentum was a really interesting watch today as well.
It was physical, wasn't it?
It was physical. It brought everything a derby or a derby, whatever we're going to call it, wants, and that was a fantastic game of footy, but Rovers too strong in the end. 9-9 to 10-15, but I can't help but think the Magpies probably had some more gettable chances. I certainly think they were well and truly in the contest in the later stages of the game, and little moments like Xavier Lavity's torpedo from 45 metres out, Jackson Clark missing a shot on goal that you'd normally back him into kick. Those little moments are all that can decide these two great football teams apart, and what a great spectacle we got under lights. It wasn't the most high-scoring game, but a brilliant contest nonetheless. There's Bobby J and David Wink just and ah about who the Revel Fitness Player of the Day is going to be. Of course, great to have Revel Fitness on board, the Albury's newest gym. Of course, you can catch them technically in Taguna, but Revel Fitness, owned by the great man himself, Jared Twitt, coach of the Wodonga Bulldogs. We love the support from Revel Fitness getting behind
boys.
O&M Live. We're going to go boundary side. Bob Jackson with our Revel Fitness Player of the Day. I reckon that is Xavier Allison.
It is Xavier Allison, mate. Last time we see you had a broken leg to make you come back and play a very important role across halfback today. You would have been happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. It was good to get a win. It was a great game. I think both teams, it was a really attacking brand of footy. It was good to watch and good to be out there. It was just, good to get back after the leg. It's been a long pre-season, to be honest. But, it's good to get through.
It's nice to control the footy across halfback and have a bloke like Mitch Hardy and Charlie Thompson and the boss running through the middle to deliver the footy going from the back half.
Yeah, I really do love kicking it to them. I just love sitting in the back and watching do the work. Mitch Hardy's goal in the last minute was, it's basically just shows his class, and that's why we recruited him. He's just a great person, and great to have him around the club.
Yeah, it's a good spectacle, and to play the second half under lights might have been a blessing in disguise. That first half was pretty hot.
Yeah, the first quarter was very hot. I spoke to one of the Magpies boys after half time. We were kind of cold because of the sweat of our jumper. So it was actually quite nice, cool change at half time.
Well done, mate. Congratulations on a great start to a retaining title and on the way to three-peat.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Xavier Allison, our Revel Fitness Player of the Day. He's going to get the photo and get amongst the action, of course. He is the co-captain, and What a remarkable recovery across the off-season. A broken leg in the opening stages of the grand final. A full recovery to lead his Wangara Rovers to a big derby win.
Yeah, geez, a goer, isn't he, Gussie? He is all heart, Xavier Allison. And look at him there with Sammy Murray, Dan. The two link up following the Player of the Day interview, and they would be so happy tonight. I'm sure they'll have a great Easter now, Dan.
Yeah, they absolutely will. And Allison, I love that pick for Player of the Day, to be honest. He wasn't exactly in my sights, but now that I look back, he actually grew into the game really well. He's super reliable off half-back. He does jobs too. One-on-ones, he's strong, but his run off half-back, his kicking is elite as well. So he was fantastic today, and his Rovers were brilliant in patches, but they got the job done. So that's the important thing, Lukey.
We're going to follow Bobby J into the rooms as the Rovers sing the song on enemy soil. They run away victors 10-15-75 to the Magpies 9-9-63. Xavier Allison awarded our Revel Fitness Player of the Day for his starring role across half-back that also featured a goal to kickstart the Rovers campaign in 2026. We'll do our best to chase Bobby into the rooms. We sometimes have a bit of trouble getting in here at the Rovers, but we'll do our very best, and we know they'll sing this one pretty loud, I'd imagine, Dan.
Absolutely, they always do, and hopefully Bob gets all of it.
So we're just tracking Bobby in there now. There we are. We're getting the song loud and clear there, Bobby J.
He loves it, Bobby. This is where he comes into his own.
Yeah, he's at his best.
Yeah,
here.
he goes to another level.
Inner sanctum.
Yep.
He's Bob Jackson.
Just enjoys it.
So we're just slowly waiting for the song here. The Rovers are going to bust this one out. They'll let the Magpies know they've won. Here's the song from the Rovers. Any danger, boys?
Yeah, second take.
The Rovers too strong. They start 2026 with a win by 12 points over the arch enemy. We'll take a break and we'll catch up with winning coach Sam Murray on the other side. It's O&M Live with Dan Vaccaro, Luke Francis, Bob Jackson and myself, Gus McLeod on 2A1 Edge FM, where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.